Did Trey turn in his book report yesterday?
No. No, he didn't. Well, you didn't ask for it, but
so it's supposed to be here anyway.
That's true. If a professor doesn't ask, it's still due.
Yeah. Because I said every day, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, chapter 3 was supposed to be in yesterday. So technically today I should have chapters 3 and 4. Nice. He doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to learn. I can't help him.
Me too.
Let's see. So this is from the Testosterone Advantage Plan. Because I don't want to read it. So far, chapters 1 and 2 are just full of crap.
They're just laying the groundwork to say why they're right.
Well, you know what? How about if you throw out a couple of sentences? Here's what we thought. Here's what we think we know. Let's get to it.
Because then it'd be a smaller book and they couldn't charge as much.
All right, chapter 3. According to Trey, they like the word conundrum. They acknowledge that there is any exercise. They acknowledge that there is any exercise is better than none.
Yeah.
Okay. They acknowledge that there is any excuse is. All right, who knows what he's trying to say?
They acknowledge any exercise is better than none.
They acknowledge
that.
Okay, so he's got 2 extra words.
Correct.
Okay. They acknowledge any exercise is better than none. However, you can be in great physical shape but be in poor shape on the inside. Aerobic exercise can be oversold. You can get the same benefits from doing daily stuff, working around the house, mowing the lawn, etc. I'm going to pay $22 for that.
Well, you're paying $22 for the menu and the workout in the back.
But do you see how they're padding here?
Well, sure they are. You have to.
Everybody knows that going out and mowing the yard is better than not doing anything. You get the same as it's also dangerous. 85,000 more people visit the ER from aerobic exercise than from weightlifting. Next, it explains the 3 different substances your body uses for fuel during exercise. Glycogen? Anyone? We'll assume it's glycogen. Mm-hmm. Stored carbs, fat and protein. High-intensity exercise burns fat and carbs. Low-intensity primarily burns fat. The book goes on to a thrilling explanation of VO2 max. This is the measure of how much oxygen you can consume. It's usually done on a treadmill. Your ability to, you see? Mm-hmm. This doesn't help me lose anything. I don't care what the process is. It's like when you go into a surgeon, they go, okay, here's what we're going to do and here's how we're going to do it. I don't care. Do I need the surgery? Yes. Then do it. Unless you expect me to wake up and help you through the thing, put me out and do it. I don't care what the thinking is. I just want it done.
Don't tell me the type of silk you're going to use to tie me up. Just do it.
Your ability to improve VO2 max is largely, he said silk. I had to think about it too.
Sorry.
Oh, you should have heard his slur yesterday. What did we turn it into?
Wasn't a slur. You turned it into a slur.
No, we didn't.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
He was talking about some kind of swap. WRR for the bone.
Okay.
Okay, and just talking about why they were looking into it.
And it was foes of the
swap.
Foes of the swap.
Which is not what he said. He goes, foes of the swap.
Foes of the swap.
You said Fozo the Swap.
I didn't say Fozo anything.
We got this website registered now. It's the next movie. Fozo the Swap versus Happy the Clown.
You're never going to do Happy the Clown.
Yes, we are.
When?
We got more shot with me than with anybody else.
When?
You shoot anything?
No.
Then I'd shut my big fat ass if I were you.
But
you shoot anything?
No.
You shoot anything?
No, but I have something else.
Have you shot anything?
No.
What?
What do you mean? I've shot a lot.
You ain't shot nothing with this damn movie.
2 times.
Did you hold a camera?
The previous one.
Did you direct?
No.
Did you act?
I acted.
Did you write?
I acted.
You didn't do nothing.
I acted.
Shut up.
I acted.
You fozo.
I'm not fozo.
What are you slurring for anyway? I thought you quit drinking.
I'm not slurring.
It's getting worse since he stopped drinking.
Really?
Did you drink last night?
No. Oh, yeah. I could have drank last night. Everybody in the place was looking at me. I walk into last night to KLLI. The chick in charge, the big KC, the bar chick, stands up on the bar, gets the microphone, and goes, "Good evening, welcome to KLLI. See that gentleman right there, J.D. Ryan? Anybody buys him a drink or gives him a drink, I will personally kick their ass. Now let's have a nice time." So I couldn't do anything.
Well, good. People are helping you.
They were, actually.
Of course, he calls me plowed when he got home.
I did not, liar. Not a drop. Water and lime.
So what's your concern with Happy the Clown?
Nothing. I just asked, because I got an email last week and I forgot to bring it up to you because it wasn't pressing.
Okay, yes.
Denton would like their uniforms back if we're not going to shoot.
Okay.
That's all.
Fine.
That's all I was going to say.
Take it back Monday. I'll go stock up on my free coffee cups from Stop and Go over the weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not illegal, is it?
No.
Okay. Because you don't go in and say you're a cop. You just walk in and you get the coffee cup.
It's perfectly fine. It's a gift.
Free refills.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh, where did they go off? You can improve your VO2 max by aerobic exercise and losing weight. When improving it through exercise, you need to try and work all of your muscles and not just do D-U-E.
That's a homonym.
Well, we're not cooking, so shut up. One or two specific things, i.e. and running. That work limited muscle. The next thrill exercise that I found. What's the last sentence? There are different types of weight training with different results, depending on what... I don't even think I want to hear the rest of this damn book. Because I looked at the diet. I wouldn't even do it. And that's all I do is watch my weight. I'm obsessed about my weight. I wouldn't follow that stupid diet.
Nope. Just too, like I said, too complicated. Too much stuff to buy.
Well, it's taken them this long just to get to the diet and what you have to do. We're 3 chapters in, and I don't even know how many pages that is.
Well, if they reduced it to its essence, you'd have a chart. Because truly, it would just have something that listed what you ate, when you ate it, and that's the only useful portion of the book.
There are charts in the back. There are workout charts, and there are, weight charts. And the list of stuff that you need to buy, and then recipes. But the list of stuff is like 45, 50 items. What guy's going to go out and do that?
No one.
I don't care what kind of results you're going to get in 9 weeks. Nobody's going to do that. They started with 30 guys, 16 finished. Yep. What does that tell you? It's got to be easy. It's got to be convenient, or nobody's going to do it.
Gary said that is 44 pages of a 305-page book so far.
See what I mean? God knows what page the actual diet kicks in. I looked at it for about a day and a half and I went, no. Oh, going home last night, I passed Eddie on the freeway.
Yes.
And you know what we were doing in the studio last night?
Yes. Right at the end of the show?
Right.
Yes.
Where everybody was giggling?
Yes.
I did the same thing to Eddie on the freeway. At 80 miles an hour, he pulled into the grass.
I know. I had people last night at the club coming up going, all right, I got to know.
You didn't tell him?
Absolutely not.
All right. Don't ask, Everett.
Okay.
We'll tell you during a break.
All right.
Okay. Who's bringing food today? Does anybody know? Because I haven't eaten today.
The men's club.
Good. They bringing stuff for me?
Yes, they are.
All right. All I had time to do was have coffee.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, sir?
How you doing?
Good.
Everett, what kind of scam are you running with this bar? Is it just a bit?
Well, I'm hoping to get Russ to come out and visit the bar at some
I'm
point.
blaming you.
I was
you can
on
blame me
Lower
if you
Greenville Sunday. Had you told me the name of the bar, thanks, Chad. Had you told me the name of the bar, I could have looked at it.
Russ, you canceled on me 3 times.
That doesn't make any difference. I was in Lower Greenville. Excuse me? If I knew the name of the bar, which you have not told me.
If you were on Lower Greenville, you could have come by my house or you could have called me.
I wasn't out going to your house. I was cruising.
Well, if you were on Lower Greenville, you were less than 10 minutes from my house.
Had I known the name of the bar, I could have stopped and looked at it.
How many times have you canceled on me so far? Let's go this weekend. Let's make plans
I was
again.
there this weekend.
Let's
Had
go
I known,
Saturday.
why don't you just write down the name of the bar so I can look at it at my leisure?
Okay, if that's what you want to do, that has
I could
not
have
been the
already.
plan up to
I could
now.
have already seen it.
That's fine. If that's what you want to do, you've prevailed upon me repeatedly to go with you to look at the bars. This is the first time I've ever heard you say you want to go by yourself.
Just tell me the name of the bar.
Okay.
Write it down someplace. I'll go look at it. I could have seen it Sunday.
Okay.
I even thought about that as I was going down Lower Greenville.
Okay. No problem.
Maybe I saw it. What's the name of it? No, I didn't see that one. Is that anywhere near the Blue Goose?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay. That's all I remember seeing.
What kind of
Sunday seems to be a big Harley day on Lower Greenville.
Huge.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Just when they go out and drag, hang. Just like in the Grapevine, same deal.
Okay. Just write it down for me.
I'll write it down.
I can go in and look.
Okay. That'd be great. I'd love to get on it.
Is it still for sale?
As far as I know. We've been just in somewhat of a holding pattern.
Do you know what they're asking for it?
Yeah.
Write it down. Write it on anything. It doesn't matter.
But I'm told that we can get it for this.
Why can't we get it for less?
Because of some things that are going on with
Really?
the bar. Yeah.
We can get the bar for that?
Yeah. Potentially. That's what I've been told.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that come with all the equipment
I think so.
and the people?
No, I don't think they sell people anymore.
Effing 13th Amendment. That's a lot less than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, with all the investors we've got, we could deck that place out.
Absolutely.
Not have to spend a dime.
I know.
And you'd own it for that money?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you still have to pay rent.
Well, okay.
But
But
yeah.
you own the structure.
Right.
And all the equipment inside. Oh, this place has got to be an asshole.
No, it's not.
For that much money, or for that little money, it's an asshole.
Well, go look at it.
It's probably an old Enco station.
It's not an Enco station. It's a fabulous, well-located facility that will bring in lots of people. If you'll just go look at it.
The hollowed out Lowe's Delman.
No, it's not a hollowed out Lowe's Delman.
Burn out Polar Bear.
No, I saw no remnants of fire.
All right.
Gabbles.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They just write it down. I go look at it. I didn't realize it was that cheap. And we've got investors that'll put in what, like
We'll get it.
30, 40 times that.
Yeah, we can get it. But we need you to approve the location.
All right.
That's
Well,
all
Lower Greenville certainly seemed busy on Sunday. And I understand the whole idea of going down there, and the bar is going to sustain itself just through attrition from the other bars.
Absolutely.
All right. But I never go to Lower Greenville.
We've had this conversation.
I know. JD, thump your mic.
They change mics out. It shouldn't be.
Hold on.
Unless they moved my mic over there. Maybe it's over there now.
All right, who's making noise?
Good people.
Tell them to shut up. Trey's got it. I hear some kind of noise. It's not.
That's Everett's mic.
Oh, they switched it over to Everett?
Switched it over there.
Why didn't they take it out?
I don't know. So pop this one.
Quit. Is that what they did?
Yes, I was here when they did it.
They took that mic and put it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did they think was going to happen when they moved that mic over there? I wish you could see my toes right now.
No,
I could hang from a tree. Why did they leave the mic in here?
I do not know that. Maybe they felt we didn't use that mic as much, so it wouldn't be as big.
Hold on. Yes, Eddie?
He said he wanted to make sure that it was the mic and not the wiring.
It's the mic. It's the mic.
I think he'll change it out during our first break.
Why couldn't they have just taken the mic in another studio and tested it? Am I asking stupid questions?
No.
Am I being ignorant of electronics?
No.
Is there any way I could blame this on Trey?
He was in the building.
Good enough. All right. All right. Ready for news?
I am.
Can we do it here, Eddie?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on. Give the audio.
All right. 327 J.D. Ryan's on live. 1053.
Thank you, Russ. And it's brought to us by KTXA Television, as well as Texas Harley-Davidson, in conjunction with D&M Auto Leasing, having a huge pre-owned Harley blowout. And it's tomorrow. It's going on all day pretty much. Look for the great big hot air balloon floating up over the freeway at Highway 183 at Central Drive in Bedford. I will be there also from noon until 2. It is Friday, May 9th, 2003. Billy Joel turns 54 today. Candace Bergen is 57. John Ashcroft, 61. And Mike Wallace, 85. Over the weekend, Martha Quinn, one of the original MTV VJs, is 44. Eric Burden is 62. And Peter North, star of things as Pump Friction, Porn on the 4th of July, Sex, Trek, The Next Penetration, and For Your Thighs Only is 46.
He used to do gay porn.
That's what I hear.
I mean, you were here. That's what the chick was.
So that's what I hear.
Who was that came in?
Well, they married at the date. I couldn't remember.
They were living together.
Yeah.
I forget who it was, but it was a porn star that came in. And what is that funky wire hanging off Everett's mic?
Nothing.
Can you not see that wire? You're not even looking at
I
it.
see it.
What is it? What is that? Is that some kind of trick? What are you guys about to do?
Nothing.
What is that wire?
Nothing.
Why is that wire hanging there? What's up?
Okay.
What is that?
Oh, I know what it is.
It's automatic.
Oh. I saw a wire over there and went, all right, what the hell's about to happen? Eddie ran a wire so he didn't have to get up and jump and slap Everett's mic. He could just pull it. Say something stupid, Everett. Let's test it.
Nothing comes to mind, sorry.
Great.
I saw it there, and I thought the engineers had rigged something or whatever. Or something was about to explode.
That's what I walked in. I said, that's prime record, isn't it?
Good one, Eddie. All right, go ahead.
With the next presidential election about a year and a half away, 18 months to be exact, many Americans today think President Bush will be reelected to a second term. And in head-to-head matchups, Bush best the top Democratic contenders. Let's see, it said key matchups when he was against John Kerry, 58% to 29% for Bush. When he was against Joe Lieberman, it was 57% Bush, 31% Lieberman. And against Gebhardt, 56% Bush, 30% Gebhardt. Lower labor costs, an increase in bookings, and a dropping in fuel prices may help American Airlines to recover from its near bankruptcy. God, I wish I bought their stock a few weeks ago.
Who is this?
American Airlines.
Yeah.
It went down to $1.50. It's now $6.40 a share. Yesterday, American Airlines' new chief, Gerard Arpey, repeatedly warned that the company isn't out of the woods yet. American and other airlines, as he says, need to raise the average fare over the summer. So if you're going to travel, buy your tickets now. I gave you the audio. This will be cut number 7 in just a moment. With his friends videotaping him and 5 others watching from below, Paul Smith leapt from the roof of a 5-story condominium.
I couldn't see the video on this to save my life last night. I was watching CNN, and they kept stopping it right before he hit the bank.
Yeah, the news stations are stopping it.
Why?
It shows like extra, over and over, and slow motion.
They're showing the footage of the guy that makes it.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to show this kid hitting the ground.
Why would you want to show the kids that make it? You would want to show the kid that didn't make it. That would be the deterrent for anybody else to go and do that. What's the matter with these people? Plus, I wanted to see it.
Watch extra over and over and over. It's like a 5-minute segment. And
Have you seen it, Everett?
No, I haven't.
They just looped it. Kid jumps and hits, jumps.
Do you know the story?
No.
Telling the story, James.
Friends videotaping him, 5 others watching from below. Paul Smith leapt from the roof of a 5-story condominium Tuesday night and sailed toward a swimming pool below. It was a stunt the 18-year-old had seen his friends pull off, something like on the TV show Jackass. Smith didn't splash cleanly into the water, though. His torso and legs crashed onto the ledge of the pool, and then he tumbled into the water. Nationally, the movie and TV show have been blamed for scores of imitator acts that ended in serious injury, even death. The show's producers have defended themselves by saying the series bears a warning not to try this at home. The sheriff's office has released the videotape, and cut number 7 is his mom explaining that really he wasn't following the Jackass show.
You're kidding.
No, that's
his parents are taking responsibility?
They're not taking responsibility. They're putting it on him, and he's even saying, I wasn't doing this from Jackass. I was just doing it.
Did you see the, it was either a psychologist or psychiatrist on last night?
Yes.
Some chick in ugly clothes.
I remember her.
Said that they needed to pull these shows. She said Jackass should have been pulled off the first day it was on. Because people are too stupid to figure out, hey, obviously these things are dangerous, or it wouldn't be on TV and we wouldn't be watching. If it was easy to do and anybody could do it, then there'd be no interest.
Yes. But
everything's got to be yanked off if one person is going to try and attempt to do the same thing. All right, then you got to stop stunts.
Yeah.
You just stopped Evel Knievel back in the 70s.
Any movie stunt.
Well, and you're talking about freedom of speech, basically, and it's a really dicey issue because once you start curtailing what people can and can't say, where do you draw the line and who gets to decide?
It's, you know what, I won't even go that far with it. It's just the fact that people can't take responsibility for being a jackass.
Sure.
That's the biggest thing. You don't see something on TV. I used to watch Lee Majors jump up in trees all the time, jump up 15 feet. I never did that.
Well, sure. You know, Sally Field flies around.
Yeah. We've tried that. It's like a couple of cereal boxes on the side of my head. It don't work.
No.
But you didn't blame the flying nun.
No. I blamed that Cuban guy on the show, whatever his name was. The one that
I don't remember. It's been too long.
There was a Hispanic guy or something on there. George or Leon. Raul. Oh, shut up.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the face, but I can't come up with the name.
Yeah, but look. Now they want to, I'm sure there's going to be a lawsuit for MTV again. Why don't you go after Wile E. Coyote? Look at all the crap he used to do. Jump off cliffs and live through every single one of them.
Yeah.
Not to mention besmirching the good name of Acme.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't sue his ass. Yeah. All right, this is audio for
number 7. This is the mom.
Paul is the type of person that likes to get a reaction. You know, he'll do stupid things just to see how you're going to react. And he went too far this time.
So his next big stunt will be from his wheelchair, since he crushed both of his legs and his pelvis.
Is he paralyzed forever?
We don't know. He's still in critical condition. It can't be good from 5 stories up to hit concrete and then tumble into water.
Darwinism at its finest.
Yeah, you're right.
That's really why these shows should be on all over the place. To weed out the tards. Any idiot that jumps... I'd like to send this lady some cash just for not blaming it on somebody else. Basically, she said, my kid's an idiot. He's always done stuff like this. This is just another phase in his life. Granted, it's going to be the last.
Mm-hmm. And the sheriff's actually considering breaking and entering charges on all the kids because they weren't supposed to be there.
Lovely. And I'm sure somebody's going to try and sue the complex for letting them get in.
Mm-hmm. Well, there'll be a lawyer, no offense, Everett, but there'll be a lawyer come along and try to make cash off this.
Well, it sounds like they're doing a pretty good job of screwing up whatever case they might have.
The parents?
Well, yeah, and the kid, everybody accepting responsibility for it.
Stop that.
Well, nobody's ever heard that before.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, thousands of lives could be saved every year if we could all just get our yearly colonoscopy. Thank you. But for some reason, many people put off the idea by getting knocked out and having some long camera shoved up your tuchus.
Why would you get knocked out for that?
Oh, you want to be knocked out for that?
He's done it. Everett's done it. He'll tell you.
You get it shoved in your tutor?
All the way up. It does. They say it does tearing and ravaging, and it'll.
Please quit that.
There's a new and improved one out there, anal probe, if you will. It's called
like serrated edges?
No, it's called a virtual colonoscopy. Am I saying that right?
Probably not.
Sort of. Because instead of jamming the camera all the way into your bowels to take pictures, doctors stick a device into the opening of your bottom, which fills your insides with air. So they can take a CAT scan of your colon and build a 3D model of it on the computer and check that for cancer. This virtual thing can be more uncomfortable, but you don't experience the tearing and the ripping of the inside of your colon.
Quit.
Traditional.
Honest to God. Stop it.
And the best part is you're awake through the whole thing, as opposed to the one. Were you awake ever?
I've had it done twice. The first time was a bit more primitive, and I was wide awake.
Why do you have to be awake?
Well, you don't now. The second time I had it done, they had some sort of fiber optic thing going, and they put me to sleep for it. I had no idea that it even happened. But the first time was very, very memorable.
Is it really?
Can you feel it going all the way around?
Oh, yeah.
Is it painful or is it pressure?
The first time was very painful.
I'm going to puke.
Can you actually feel it going and twisting through your bowels?
Yes.
Did you holler?
Yes.
Did you really?
No, I perspired freely. And then almost fainted when I stood up.
How far does it go? I mean, honestly.
How long is it too?
Way too far and long. I don't know. I mean, you're on your stomach. You can't really see what's going on. You just know it's not right.
Good. Hold on. Yes, Mr. Trenholm? By the way, you get a 0 for yesterday for not having your book report in.
Well, I've been... fine.
Good.
That reminds me, Dr. Shatner called in at the time for you to have your prostate exam and blood work done.
They just did it.
No, it's been a year.
No, they just came in and took blood for something. Didn't they take blood for something?
No, they gave you a shot.
No, they took something.
No, they haven't.
They always take something.
They haven't in a long time. It's time for it's about a year. Yeah, spring. We did it about a year ago. Because we were in the old building last time.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, it's time.
I ain't got to do nothing.
You ain't got to. You're right. You can get colon cancer.
Thought it was prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. We were talking about colon cancer. I'm sorry.
Well, he ain't checking me for that, is he?
No, he's checking you for prostate.
Isn't that what I said?
Yes, you were correct. I said I was wrong because we were just talking about colon.
Tell him I'm fine. I checked it myself last weekend.
No, I think he wants to do it himself.
I'm sure he does. Every time I go in there, he's sticking something in my butt. Yes, he is. You know damn well, every time you go into his office, I don't care what you're in there for, allergies or whatever. Next thing you know, there's something in your butt.
Once a year.
What is that? Like the passageway to your soul?
No. Once a year.
It ain't once a year.
It just seems like it's more often because it's uncomfortable. It's not that bad. You've had it. It's not that bad.
I don't like it.
Well,
because when he gets in there and starts pushing around, I don't mind it when he just gets in.
Yes.
But when he starts playing, that's what I don't like.
You don't play.
Getting in, standing in the door is fine. Digging through my house, I ain't liking. I don't like it.
That's the problem with most men. They're afraid of it. They think it's going to be painful or...
It's not painful. I just don't like it. Makes my eyes water out. Makes me feel like I'm going to tinkle. I don't like that. I don't like him in my ass. I don't know how many different ways to say this.
It's time. You're over 40.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything. You got to be
not
40.
Not like I crapped on the carpet. Why do you stick things in my butt?
Wouldn't you rather know?
No. I could probably go another 10 years and then just die. It'd be 10 years I wouldn't have a finger in my butt. It's a fair trade, Al.
Pretend it's vegetables, like that girl put in there that time.
Vegetables don't dig around looking for a place to hide.
No.
Is that a visual that really helps? You're sitting there thinking a doctor sticking vegetables?
Just pretend it's some chick digging vegetables. Obviously, you like that enough that she did.
First of all, that was a joke, and it wasn't big vegetables. It was baby corn. Now, shut up. It was baby corn.
Was it really?
Yes. Lost a couple.
Okay.
We need a break? All right.
I got a few more.
Hold on a second.
We can wait.
Yeah. You can come back and finish. Yeah, Ronnie?
Change subject.
What?
Did you hear about the Luther Vandross in there today?
Did he die?
No, but life support.
Yeah.
Not breathing on his own. 48 points.
What did they say? What's the story?
It says Luther Vandross remained in critical condition, still needs assistance to breathe, according to his publicist. He's hospitalized since his April 16th stroke, has not regained consciousness. Earlier Thursday, his mother had told us that he was breathing on his own, which was erroneous.
Money?
He never was.
In the bank. 48 points.
Easy money.
Thank you, Ronnie.
You bet.
Still don't think you're going to beat Eddie, though. He's had a hell of a year.
Eddie's picking unborn fetuses.
I know.
You can't do that. New rule, it's got to have a name, a first and a last name, and a social security number before you get points off of it.
Okay.
Social security? What if they're in a foreign country?
Well, at least a first and a last name.
Okay.
Has to have a birth date.
Yeah.
So if they're born dead, though, I mean, that's a birth date, and you know.
Normally, you don't name a pizza.
This one had come full term and was born dead.
Did they name it?
Yes.
What did they name it?
I have it written down at home, but it's It got its own burial plot and everything in the family burial. So, and I want the Guatemalan twin, or is it the Egyptian twin?
Did it have a name?
Yes. I don't know which one's which. Cause
I want names on these before you get points. And don't come back to me with, like, DiGiorno and Totino's.
Well, do I count them both as one since they're connected?
Were they twins?
Yes. They're Siamese twins connected.
Oh, Siamese?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one person until they swing them apart.
So do I only get half credit if only one of them dies?
Once they're apart, one of them, I mean, if they're still together, one of them just can't die, can it?
You got two people going. If you got twins.
Yeah, but they're hooked together.
Well, so
and if one of them dies when you cut them apart, then it was really one person. You had to have, like, one person and a discount person.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more of this theory.
Well, that's basically what you got. If you take one of them off and one of them lives and one of them doesn't, obviously the one that lived had all the good stuff. Please.
It's so obvious when you explain it that way.
Thank you. I think an IQ of 200, you pick up on this crap on your own. You igmo. All right, we'll break here and we'll come back. And they're going to come in and fix this mic during the break?
Yes.
All right, good.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
All right, where'd you leave off? Hang on, let's check Everett's mic, see if it's making noise now.
Any better?
Yeah, I think that's just normal ambient noise. Yes, that's lovely. Thank you, Larry. They get to the other stuff that you wrote on the door yesterday, Eddie?
Somebody had erased it off the door before they got here, from what I was told. I walked in and said, were you able to fix the 3 things that I wrote on the door? And he said, what 3 things? And he walked back there and it said it wasn't there and came back in. So I luckily remembered everything and walked through it. The squeaky floor they'll have to do over the weekend.
Why?
They didn't actually do any of this stuff till it was like 20 minutes before we went on the air.
Why wasn't it taken care of ahead of time? I'll take care of it. Don't even talk to him. All right, fine.
What are you going to do?
I'll come up and I'll do it myself.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't care what I drill through. I've asked, and I've asked, and I've been really sweet, and I've been really cordial. Now I'm going to come up and drill holes in everything I can get my hands on. I don't care how it works. I'm coming up with a DeWalt and a hot glue gun, and I'm going until I get every squeak in this room. Yes, Mr. Trenholm?
They did get one of the other things done. They got the balances. Supposed to be.
Well, how'd they know about that if somebody erased the door?
Because you and I talked about it, so I talked to them too.
Oh.
And they said on the cleaning of the faders, they said they've cleaned them, and if there's one still giving you problems, tell them and they'll replace it.
Oh, okay. Yay. Thank you. But I'll take care of the floor myself this weekend. So tell them not to worry about it. I'm coming up with roofing nails, a DeWalt, a hot glue gun, and some chickens.
What are the chickens going to do?
Keep me company.
I got you. Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
73-year-old Clarence Lewis of West Palm Beach, Florida, lived in total squalor. His home was filled with garbage. His couches were rotting. His bathtub was filled with some black liquid. So to bathe, he had to put a hose attached to the kitchen sink. His roof was falling apart, and a neighbor who offered to repair it also had to kill dozens of rats with BB guns because they were too big for traps. Florida Department of Children and Families is supposed to help out in cases like that. One caseworker went by Clarence's house. He probably figured she wanted to ship him off to some home. He refused to let her in. Not long afterwards, Clarence's neighbors became concerned. When there were several days without seeing him, they called police. And officers found Clarence alive in his home, suffered from a stroke, and being eaten alive by the rats. The rats had chewed off enough of his face that you could hardly tell where his face was.
Yeah.
And a cockroach crawled out of his mouth.
Was he alive?
He was still alive at that point.
Swear
he was alive at that point.
Oh, is he dead?
He later died at the hospital from complications of the stroke and, of course, the rat gnawing. Now, you ready? Nephews?
How come he didn't say something?
He had a stroke.
Oh.
He lay on the floor, had a stroke, couldn't move.
All right.
Clarence died in the hospital from a complication. His nephew has now filed wrongful death lawsuit against the Department of Children and Families for doing nothing to help.
Why didn't his kids do something?
Yeah, that's a good question. And they did come by, knocked on the door, and he wouldn't let them in.
So the kid's going to sue.
Mm-hmm. The nephew is going to sue.
The nephew. Does it have the nephew's name?
It does not.
Why is it they want to sue after they're dead instead of maybe taking care of them while they're alive? It's always somebody else's. And just like that chick last night, that psychologist, I can't even think of her name. All I can remember is the god-awful clothes that she had on.
Yeah.
She had on some kind of red blazer and a pink top. And I think a neckerchief.
Right.
She looked like a fag Roy Rogers.
Yep.
She was talking about how Jackass was to blame for what these kids were doing. And anything else that any kids do that hurt themselves. It's MTV's fault.
These are intentional acts, though. I mean, true, we're all shaped by our environment, but these are things that people are willfully going and doing. No one forced that kid to jump off that roof. And how old was he, 18?
Yes.
I mean, come on. That's more than old enough to know the effects of gravity.
Like you just want to, like you want to ask this chick, all right, at what point do we become responsible for ourselves? Does anybody remember her name?
I could probably find it. She was on CNN. I could find it on the CNN website. Or possibly a producer could do that.
Well, we don't have... Oh, yeah, we do. Hey! Find the name of this chick that was on CNN last... Was it CNN or CNN Headline News?
It was CNN. They were doing a special report.
Okay. Because you just want to ask, at what point... Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
Dr. Carol Lieberman.
Wow.
How do you do that?
That's a good boy. See if you can hunt her down and get her on. Because I really want to know, at what point are we responsible for what we do?
Well, if there's money to be had, never. That's just the way it is, unfortunately, in this society right now. If there's a lawsuit to be filed, never.
I still hear that noise. Whose is it, you or Everett?
Everett. It just sounds like room noise.
Well, like I said, I don't think anybody can hear it, so let it go.
Okay. Well, speaking after we talked about being eaten alive by rats and having cockroaches crawl out of your mouth, let's talk about food. McDonald's has a new item on the menu. It's the crispy chicken bacon ranch salad. Sounds delicious and healthy, right? Well, it has more fat and calories than a Big Mac.
Well, wait, what's it called?
It's called a crispy chicken bacon ranch salad.
And how do we think that it got crispy? And what do we think about bacon and ranch?
That would be full of sugar and fat.
And why would anybody think, are these offered as healthy items?
No, they're just salads. They don't ever say this, eat. They don't say eat right, eat healthy.
Well, why is anybody shocked then?
It's just, as you think, the average person would think, if I'm eating a salad, it's got to be better for me than a burger. It's not. 51 grams of fat and 661 calories in the salad. 51 grams of fat, 660 calories in the salad, compared to 34 grams and 590 calories for the Big Mac.
But the salad's bulkier.
Yes. Well, nutritionists actually say salad is actually better for you, even though, because it's got some vegetables.
You know what? I did the same thing about 10, 12 years ago when we were doing the TV show, and I wouldn't have time, like I'd be editing or whatever, and I'd have time to go get something. I'd send somebody to Taco Bell and get one of the taco salads.
Right.
And I just peel the beef off and eat everything else, including the crust, the shell.
Right.
Those damn things are like 20, 30 grams of fat just in that.
Just the shell.
Sometimes you don't think about it.
Mm-mm.
I think about it being fried.
You see the word salad, you think, it could be good for me.
Yeah.
No, it's not. So people are asking.
Yes?
Russ,
Yes, Jason.
you can hear that noise over the radio.
Can you really?
Yeah. It sounds like it's just a high-pitched buzz from that microphone.
I think you're jacking with me.
Just listen to all the
I'm
noise in
not.
his car. We can barely hear it in a quiet studio with headphones on.
No, you can hear it over the radio. You could hear it when you were switching the mic on and off.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
It's not a high-pitched sound. It's a
Yeah.
it's a mid-range.
Well, he doesn't know. What are you going to do?
That ain't a high-pitched sound. And he's
Well,
in
then
a car.
obviously don't know what he's talking
He's
about
in a car
then.
full of noise.
Well, you
Did
don't
you hear the
ask a
noise?
guy to identify noises, high, mid, low range.
You can't hear that in a car.
I don't hear it anymore.
Maybe it's the air conditioner.
We don't have air in here, you idiot.
Yeah, what's that up there?
That's for looks.
Oh, decorative. What's very impressive.
Looks real, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's like the rest of the studio. Go ahead.
People are asking what's up with Renee Zellweger these days. There's something really weird going on with her face. MSNBC.com says that a lot of people who've caught the advanced screening of her new romantic comedy, Down with Love, noticed this. One so-called source says, quote, sometimes her cheeks looked super puffy, while sometimes she looked like somebody had let the air out of them. There were times when her face seemed to be different sizes during various shots within the same scene. It's incredibly distracting.
I've noticed that. Like in, was it Me, Myself, and Irene?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
She looked different in a bunch of different shots. I thought it was just me.
Now, MSNBC says that a puffy face can be caused by a variety of things, including allergies and bulimia. Renee's spokeswoman did not return calls for comment.
You got bulimia?
I don't have bulimia. I might have allergies.
You get the puffy face.
Oh. Look at me. Do I look bulimic to you? Bulimic means you eat and don't you throw up?
Yes.
Anorexic, you don't eat.
Don't eat.
Okay.
Maybe you're throwing up and you're just storing it in your head.
No.
Just not quite making it out of the mouth.
No.
Yeah. That's saving up for winter.
No, I'm not doing that.
Go ahead.
Okie dokie. Let's see. We finally cut number one on the audio. The legendary songwriting team of Sir Elton John and Bernie Taupin will unite to write the music and lyrics for a new Broadway musical together. The project was announced this week at a press conference in New York. Elton John on cut number one. What he thinks Bernie Taupin and he hope to accomplish on the Vampire musical.
When I read Interview with a Vampire for the first time, I really wanted to become a vampire. And I think that was the most incredible thing about that book. It got away from the cliché that everyone thought about vampires and made them sound human and made you feel for them. This is obviously what we want to try and do with the musical. We've already written 5 things for it. The music and the lyrics will be finished in September. And we're really, really, really excited.
He's really, really excited. Cut number 2, Elton John says the Vampire musical is a new challenge for himself and Bernie Taupin.
This is something that is so different from anything that I've ever done before. And as I say, Bernie's first venture into writing musicals. And, you know, we've been writing together for 35, 36 years now. And it's great finally to be able to write something with the person that I've written with for most of my career.
There it is, Elton John. So they'll have a musical out. Movie out this weekend, Daddy Daycare. This will be cut number 3. Opens up in theaters today. When Father Eddie Murphy loses his lucrative .com job, he finds himself in financial ruin potentially. So he and his friends get together and have a Daddy Daycare.
That dynamic is just funny. The whole a father who hasn't had enough time to spend with his children, then all of a sudden he has to deal with kids. Is funny to watch.
We hope so. Eddie Murphy. He hasn't been on his roll recently, has he? Eddie Murphy?
I don't know. How did Dr. Dolittle 2 do?
No idea. About it.
What about The Clumps, the second one?
I didn't see it or hear about it. I don't remember anything really hysterical.
Didn't he just do some kind of cop buddy movie with somebody? Was it De Niro?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was, Robert De Niro. It didn't do very well. Showtime,
that's right. And he was in Shrek. He was the donkey. That was good. Voice of the donkey. But we'll see. Hilarity. Cut number 4. Actually, a scene from Daddy Daycare where Eddie Murphy proposes opening up a daycare center.
You and me.
Yes, Phil. This is a completely underserved market. Harrington has a monopoly on this whole suburb. All we have to do is just come in and establish ourselves as a value alternative, and we'll clean up.
You think I'd be good at taking care of kids?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Daddy Daycare open in theaters this weekend. There's news and information. I'm J.D. Ryan. It's brought to us by Texas Harley Davidson. I'll be out there tomorrow noon to 2. Highway 183 at Central Drive. Big party going on. I'll have ZZ Top tickets. They're having a pre-owned Harley blowout in conjunction with D&M Auto Leasing. I'm J.D. Ryan. I'm live 105.3. The Talk That Rocks. Texas.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
Swinging the hips.
Yeah. There you go.
Aww.
I forgot.
Okay.
Oh, it goes like this.
Oh, very nice. There it is. Thank you.
All right. Do you have traffic?
Yes, I do.
Since Gail's out today. Go ahead.
All right, traffic brought to us by Ultimate Electronics and by Blockbuster Video. Blockbuster has two great ways to take home the hit movie Catch Me If You Can. You can rent it on DVD or video. You can buy it on DVD. Rent or buy it today at Blockbuster. Okay, eastbound I-30 to Tom Landry on the Trinity River Bridge at the 30-35 split. There's an accident in the left lane. It's slow from Westmoreland. Eastbound I-30 at the St. Paul Street. There's a accident reported there. Also northbound 35 Stemmons south of the Lake Dallas Bridge. A 3-car accident is blocking the left lane. Backup is to Louisville. And if you're headed to Oklahoma this weekend, don't forget there's storm damage. Northbound I-35 is backed up into Norman, Oklahoma. So keep that in mind. And for a limited time, try Boston Market's new cordon bleu chicken with ham, mozzarella, Dijon cheese sauce, and crispy breadcrumbs served with 2 sides of your choice. Just $6.49 Boston Market. We're always cooking. And weather-wise, we're going to be 73 for the overnight low tonight. Pretty day tomorrow. Another chance of showers pretty much every afternoon through next week. 88 for the high tomorrow. And currently we're at 88 degrees at Live 105.3, the talk that rocks, Texas.
So did you have a problem going to bed last night since you didn't drink?
No. I took a pill to help me sleep.
You can't sleep without alcohol?
No. No.
I didn't know that.
I can't. Night sweats and wake up at every hour. Horrible.
Oh, you can go to sleep. You just can't sleep through the whole night.
Can't through the night, yeah. I'll wake up every hour and stay up for an hour, go back down. It's very restless sleep. You can be in bed for 10 hours and still wake up tired. So
I got all kinds of stuff done last night.
What'd you do? Oh, because you're sober?
I can still hear that noise on Everett's mic. Smack it. No, smack it. All right. Got it? Good, it's worse.
It's his.
All right, so it's not the mic, it's the wiring. Well, that didn't make any sense because it used to be where your mic was.
I don't know if these little adjustments up here make any difference. I have no idea.
I feel like Curly in the shower trying to hunt down that leak.
We know what happened there.
Next thing we know, this room is full of pipe. Who is that? Does anybody know her?
Mm-mm.
She works at the front desk.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She got Catherine's job.
Did Catherine leave?
Yes.
When did Catherine leave?
Last week.
Oh. Sorry to see her go.
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yes.
Yeah.
About a week ago.
How come I didn't know that? You can let her in, eh? Or just get it or see whatever they... How come I didn't know that?
You don't talk to her.
You don't talk to anybody. You come in at 3:05 and leave. Everybody's gone by the time you get out of here.
That might have been the day that she came in the studio after the show and stood in the corner. And I was reading something.
Maybe.
And she stood there for a few minutes.
It's last Friday.
What is this? Dude, you're set. The stems rock. Oh, this is for you, John.
Oh, I don't want any more.
Take it.
I don't want to touch it because then it's evidence.
It's in a nice Crown Royal bag.
See what it is.
What'd you get, dude?
Nothing.
Dude.
Wait a minute.
Dude, are you getting another shipment?
More parsley.
Is it?
It's parsley.
Pull it out.
It's parsley. It's parsley.
Dude.
What do you got there, JD?
It's parsley, like it was yesterday, and sweet and low.
Oh, you weren't here yesterday, Everett.
What happened?
JD got a pack. Well, we did the thing yesterday. We had a package dropped off with, what was it, parsley?
No, it was actually herbal tea.
Herbal tea and?
Sweet and low.
Yeah, in 2 different packs.
Let me see that.
It's green tea or parsley.
Let me see.
Sure. I think you're going to know.
Well, I have had a few clients to get caught with some of this
I got
stuff.
you. Okay.
Dude.
Stop.
Dude, you're getting shipments every day. Of course, yesterday doesn't count.
JD, what are you doing, man? This is weed.
And it's not either.
Yes, you got you some weed?
Let
me see it.
You almost got me arrested yesterday playing this silly game. Mondo comes up, throws me in handcuffs. I run away from him. He chases me out in the parking lot and almost tackles me. I'm like, where am I going? Relax.
Dude, that's real.
That's weed, man.
Weed. Come on.
Dude.
Well, you're holding it then.
I ain't holding nothing. This is yours.
That's part of your shipment.
No, man.
Kingpin.
Bring Mondo up again. Have him chase me down the hall.
JD got a bag of weed.
You didn't.
That's
Quit looking at me.
That's good. Don't admit to it on the air. I don't blame you. That's from a legal standpoint. That's the thing to do,
dude. Look at
What?
me. That's real.
It's not.
It's real.
That's real.
It's real herbal tea.
It's real.
Okay. And I'll snort the sweet and low later.
Dude, that's real.
Hophead.
I'll be right back.
Where you going? You can't smoke them while we're on the air.
I'll be right back.
Where you going? Go see where he's going. Trey, go follow JD and keep your mic on. That crap's real. What are they doing?
I don't know. I think they're fighting over the dope.
Where'd he go? Oh, he flushed it? That's probably best, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It had stems in it, didn't it?
Dude, that was real.
That was real.
I'm back. That was probably a good idea. Dude.
Sorry. I'm drinking a lot of soda today.
Would you go pee while you were in there?
Had to run to the bathroom. No.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Just ran to the bathroom for a minute, that's all.
You know, tampering with evidence is a separate crime.
Well, you got to be arrested for something before it's considered evidence.
Well,
thank you.
In Dallas County, anyway.
Okay. That was probably a good call, because, dude, that crap was real.
Was it really? I would know it if it bit me, so I don't know.
It smelled real. I smelled pot before. I grew up around it. Dude, that was pot.
Whoever sent that, thank you. I'm sorry that it's no longer in the building.
Dude, did you really flush it?
Yes.
Dude, what? It looked like cheap stuff. It had stems and seeds in it.
Wow.
What?
You got you some weed.
Everybody, quit.
Ask for something else.
I don't want anything else.
God, I never thought anybody would deliver weed. Ask for something else.
Okay. Cocaine? Oh, heroin. No, I'm kidding. Quit. Nothing. Nothing else for me. Bring it for Russ if you choose
I don't
to
want
bring
it
up here.
I'm not the one that's on dope.
I'm not on dope either.
You're the one that was asking for dope earlier this week.
Kidding.
Next thing you know.
I was kidding it.
And your website looks like a dope head's running it. Have you looked at his website? Pull up johndavidryan.com.
It's back.
Is it?
Yeah, he turned it back yesterday.
Hold on a second.
Well, in soliciting dope on a federally licensed station
I didn't solicit. I just said I was having a hard time Wednesday. I was very nervous. You were here. And I just screamed out, if this keeps up, I'll need dope. But I said it off the air.
Very cunning of you.
Your site's not coming out. Is it down?
He probably heard you and he's changing it.
Dude, I didn't say anything. All I know, it looks like a doper's running it. Nah, it looks normal.
Okay, thank you.
Home news, photos, links, sponsors. All right, Chris, change it.
Oh, Jesus.
This will take just a second.
What?
I'm sure it probably takes him 20, 30 seconds to change it over. I'll take this while we're waiting. Yes, Chaz? Chaz?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Dude. Was he on a cell? Is that what it is? All right, you're screwed. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Russ.
Yes, sir.
I was hoping you could help me out with a problem I got with my girlfriend.
All right.
Dude, we were in the sack the other day.
What was that noise? What'd you just do? What's wrong with you? Dude. Dude.
Dude, JD's a doper.
What do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Well, why do you say that?
I didn't think you were talking to me.
Is there any reason why you can't hear us?
Huh?
Do you hear anything else?
I can barely hear anything.
Did they come in and jack with anything? What about now?
That's better.
All right.
Yeah. Tell JD back off it.
Dude.
I'm not on it.
Dude, I totally, I bummed out my girlfriend. Man, we're in the sack, ready to go. I was about to get some. And man, I couldn't help it. I reached out my hands, grabbed her on the butt, and started singing, "I like big butts." Man, she busted out in tears. She won't talk to me.
Yeah, you think?
I thought it was funny. I was giving her a compliment.
It is funny to hear somebody else do it. You start smacking your chick during sex on the ass. I like big butt. Yeah, they get off on that.
Dude, she was like totally not happy. She was very upset.
Some chicks either don't. You know what? I don't know how you could have a big ass and not know it.
Well, how big is it? Is it a big ass?
By the way, check your website right now, John.
I think
you suck.
Hold on, Nick.
All right, Chris. It's one of those leadership posters. It says teamwork. When something lies out of arm's reach, all you need is a helping hand. It's a guy with about a 9-foot bong. His friend's lighting it. Oh, and there's a buy a bong link now.
Yeah, well, look at the links on the left.
Oh, God. JD's Top 20, buy a bong, my recipe, how to roll. He's turned my little links into joints. This isn't funny. Somebody's not going to get the joke.
Light up a spiff and mellow out from 3 to 7. Live 105.
God.
Told you, you're running a doper website.
Top 20 slogans for marijuana reform. Got buzz?
Just do it. That's a dandy site you got there. Let's see where you go to buy bongs. Water bottle bong. I can't tell how much they are. They're in, what is that, pounds, Everett?
Yes.
Dude, you're running a reefer site.
I'm not. Take the link to Benjamin Dover down there if you're going to do that.
Oh, is Dover still on there?
He's on my, rotating links.
Dover loved that.
Man, look at the vertbiz.com logo. He spent some time on this.
Where is it? I don't see it.
On the right side of the front page.
Oh, it's a great big joint.
It's a great big joint with their logo.
You're running a head shop online. Way to go, dude. All right, Nick. What were we talking about?
His girlfriend with the big butt.
We're talking about my girlfriend, man. She won't talk to me at all now.
Well, you don't tell them they got a big ass if you want to have sex with them anymore.
Well, I didn't mean it as like something bad.
They're not going to take that. I was dating a chick in the mid-'80s, and I would use the phrase, if you get up off your fat ass and do it, da-da-da. And that went on. It wasn't even the fact that I was being ugly to her and said, get up off your fat ass and do something. It was the fact that I used the term fat ass. And that stuck for years.
Man, I really like it. I mean, it's the cushion, man. I like it, but and I gotta say, I'm a big guy. I'm no like buff super stud myself, so it's like not that I mind. I just don't know what to do.
But you know, if you,
is she fat or is it just solid?
She's really fat. She looks good. I think she looks good, but she's just got one of them
onions.
Yeah.
Dude.
Quit it.
Dude, you get your cannabis site running.
This needs to stop.
We're not the ones asking for dope. And we're certainly not getting shipments.
I didn't either.
You're on the heathen devil.
I'm not.
You are.
Yeah.
Monkey on your back.
Yep. Heathen devil weed.
I'm not doing it. I disposed
You're just trafficking in it.
I'm not touching it.
We don't know you really flushed it down the pot.
Trey saw it.
You could have switched out with something that wasn't really weed.
Yeah, I was ready. You're right.
Yeah.
Thought ahead.
People do that all the time. I've seen it. How you going to pass your P test? Huh? Doper.
Hey, I'll take one Monday.
You're screwed, Nick. See you.
I'll take one Monday to prove I didn't do it.
You think chicks don't know that they got big asses?
They don't want to hear about it.
They don't want to hear about it for sure.
What?
Yeah, I think they know. I think
there are some that obviously can't know by the way they dress. I passed somebody in the hall earlier wearing shorts. Had no business wearing shorts. They think they look good in them.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them do not. I worked with a chick one time, And it was a huge, there's nobody around here had this big of a butt. And she made some comment about some other girl's clothes one time. She goes, man, that girl dresses trashy. She don't look good in her jeans like I do. I swear to God, this girl had to weigh 200 and something. And it was all ass.
Do I know this person?
No. All ass. I'm just like, you didn't just say that.
Look at the chicks that have come up before that swear to God they're hot, and they come up and their hips are like twice the size of the distance of their shoulders.
Right. Then a hot chick will put on 3 pounds and go, oh, it's terrible. I don't get it.
Those are the chicks that you want to get, the ones with the low self-esteem, because they'll always work on looking good. It's the ones that think they're hot that are the pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And they'll keep wearing the same clothes over and over, and they don't care how much their fat shoots out of it. I can still get in these pants, so obviously I'm still the same size.
But when your gut's hanging over, you gotta know.
That for whatever reason, they don't want to acknowledge it.
Well, I guess it's just distorted body image in much the same way that bulimics and anorexics, if they ask an anorexic person to draw the outline of their body, it's much, much larger than it actually is. It's the same thing in reverse. It has to be for chicks to do that. Because you're right. There are lots of chicks out there wearing shorts that don't look good.
There was a chick when we were over in the building over at Park Central. Kept gaining weight. She was wearing the lowrider pants and kept wearing them and getting fatter and fatter and didn't get bigger pants and kept wearing the ones that would like go down to her butt crack, and she's lopping out all over it.
Not a good look.
I don't want to see it. What is it you're waiting to happen? Are you testing the bounds? How far are you going to stretch those pants before something gives? And I can't imagine how long it takes to get in those.
Well, and they're clothes that tend to accommodate that body form. Yeah. Why would you wear clothes that focus on it when it's not one of your better trends?
I don't know. Those are the biggest idiots. It would be like me running around wearing a G-string or a muscle shirt, a wife-beater shirt.
Yeah, you see the guys that have no shoulder development at all wearing those muscle shirts.
Right. Like JD knows to wear the Hawaiian shirts.
Sure. Detracts from his head.
Exactly.
Looks like something coming out of the island.
Yes.
That island's got a volcano on it with eyes. Honey, that volcano looked at me.
Mount Head.
All right.
And you know what? After a while, you got to tell them if you're dating a chick with a big ass or it's going in that direction. You got to tell them.
How do you tell them? What do you say?
I don't know.
And not get slapped or...
I leave them. Because if they're in their early 20s and they're working on an ass, that's a time bomb. One day they're going to explode, and God knows what they're going to look like when they hit 30. And it's going to be too late. Now's the time to catch it. If you're in your early 20s and you're starting to gain weight, knock it off. That's what happened to me. Started gaining weight in my early 20s.
And first of all, you think, it's only 5 pounds. Then it's only 10.
Yeah, next thing I knew, it was 50.
It can happen in a hurry when your metabolism changes.
Well, I don't think does your metabolism really change in your early 20s?
Mine did.
That dramatically?
Mine did.
When'd you get your ilium yanked out?
That was when I was 19.
Okay. That could have had something to do with it.
Yeah, it could have. But I know about the time I turned 19, I went from about 160 pounds to almost 200.
See, I didn't have as much going on when I got out of high school. I mean, I was working at Pizza Hut, going to college, working in radio. But I had enough free time to where I could sleep. And I was eating those long Snicker bars, the ones that are like half a foot long, and milk. And I was working at the pizza place, and I'd bring pizzas home. And it just got out of control. And a suit I had that I'd worn like a year and a half before at graduation didn't fit. I had to have it let out. I didn't think anything about it. And somebody took a picture of me, and I went, all right, I'll be time I do something about this. Yes, Ronnie? What is it?
Nobody's looking at your ass with the pillow underneath the belly either. I mean...
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
We don't know what you're talking about.
But when you're talking about a fat ass, you don't see your fat ass from behind.
I know what my ass looks like. Ronnie?
Yes.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Are you hearing something else?
Well, I thought you was talking about how you started getting fat and stuff.
Yeah?
I know what you don't say. You don't say get off your fat ass because that'll piss your woman off in a heartbeat.
I know. I said that already.
Well, that's why I was calling.
Why would you call to say the same thing I just said? Is there something wrong with the radio today? Are you guys hearing something that's not actually going out or is going out?
You need to get the engineers in there.
What's wrong? What are you hearing?
Nothing. I was just saying, I screwed up and told.
What are all these long pauses? Are you smoking right now?
No, JD.
Now, what are you... Ronnie, shut up. Are you doing something right now?
No.
Why all these long pauses? Like this one.
Like that one.
He's trying to think of his way out of this. He screwed up. And he's
is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
I just crawled into a...
Well, then next time just say I screwed up and hang up. Don't make me try and figure out what the hell's wrong with you.
People have brain farts.
The only way out is kill yourself.
I'm thinking about it right now.
I wish you would. I forgot where we were.
Big butts.
Yeah.
Chicks that don't know it.
And if you have a question about it, you want to know, send me a picture, I'll tell you. Some chick that sent me a picture of her in a bathing suit. Mm-hmm. Looked fine. And close-up of her head. I think Eddie was in here when I looked at it. We both jumped. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's a nice big close-up. So I was nice, because she wanted to get together for drinks. Mm-hmm. I went, you know what? Because she said I'm out of town this weekend next. Well, you know, I got ADD, so I'm not going to be interested next week. Well, I'll send some more interesting pictures that'll re-spark your interest. I wish you wouldn't. How we doing, Eddie? Oh, do we? Go ahead, you're on the air.
I just wanted to tell Russ, girls know when they have a big butt. Give me a break.
Well, why don't you do anything? Why don't you do anything about it?
Well, I mean, I don't have a big butt.
Well, the ones with the big butts, why don't they do anything about it?
Because they like to eat. I'm with you. I mean, you know, they like to eat too much. They don't want to put down that enchilada.
Why not dress to accommodate it then?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why do you think that?
I know. I don't know why they were.
You know what? Obviously, the answer is denial. That's what it's got to be. You don't want to admit that you've gotten, to that point. If you got to stand in the mirror and it takes you 5 minutes to get an exact position where you look good, you're too fat.
That's right.
Thank you.
I'm with you. I am with you. I love your show.
Thank you.
Everything you say is awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Russ.
Finally, a woman with a brain. I mean, because I'll look in the mirror and it'll take me like 20 seconds. So I get exact pose. I went, I look fine. That's enough.
You weigh 100 and what? 63? Yeah. And you're looking at yourself going, you need a butt suck? Come on. You don't need any such thing.
That's pathological in the other direction.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'd like a butt suck.
You don't have anything to suck.
Yeah.
I don't mean liposuction.
What is a butt suck then?
I'll show you.
No.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you baby got fat. Baby got fat. Yeah, baby. When it comes to female, call Russ now at 214-787-1053.
All right. 441, JD Wright. Yes, Mr. Trenholm?
Dr. Lieberman is on the phone.
Who is that?
That's the woman from CNN last night.
Oh, the psychologist? Was she psychiatrist, psychologist?
I believe psychologist.
Did you ask?
I looked it up on our website, and then I just drew a blank.
What a producer.
Wow.
Well, at least you got her.
Yes.
All right. You get credit for that.
Thank you.
I will erase the zero that you got yesterday for not turning in your book report.
Thank you.
I'll talk to her now. Hi, Dr. Lieberman.
Hi there.
How are you?
Good. And it's a psychiatrist.
See? World of difference.
Psychologist.
Yes. Saw you on CNN last night.
Uh-huh.
Saw your website. What is it?
drcarol.com.
Okay. Looked at the website earlier. Seem very, very well versed. Could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Lady, are you nuts? Why? Here's what I want to ask. Because I heard you last night on CNN say that Jackass should have been taken off the air as soon as it got on. At what point do you think we should be responsible for what we do and not what we see on television?
Well, I mean, of course we have to take some responsibility for what we do, but it was very well known, it's been known in research for years, that people are influenced by the media, by television shows, movies, music even. A lot of research has been done in the area of violence, and there have been an increasing number of copycat acts to television shows and movies over the year. One of the biggest ones was natural-born killers.
Mm-hmm.
There have been people all over the globe carrying out that same kind of, twosome, going in, robbing places, killing people. It's really been astounding.
Well, so where do you draw the line? Where do you stop making movies, and who gets to decide?
Well, I think, who gets to decide? I mean, it would be nice.
Because you never, really, I'm not trying to be facetious, but you never know what people are going to duplicate. I watched cartoons in the 70s, and you don't see me jumping off cliffs knowing that I'm going to live as soon as I get to the ground.
Well, a lot of people say that. However, things are different now than they were in the 70s. Particularly, we don't have parents paying as much attention and teaching to their children and teaching their children as much about what's right and what's wrong. And, I mean, in this case, I'm not saying that it's all the fault of the television show.
Well, but you make it sound now that, like, we, as broadcasters, we should be the parents because people having kids aren't going to pay attention to them.
No, it's not that. But certainly they
know what you just said?
By the time they put that on, they were trying to appeal to a certain kind of population.
On this issue, you're right.
Particularly teenage boys. And it's, if you look at
What'd she say?
the acts on Jackass, it's not just that they're violent or crazy or whatever, but they are purposely things that flaunt society. Things like taking a golf cart and running over animal statues in a park, falling through the roof of a library. I mean, it wasn't just any building, it was a library. Taking snow cones and making snow cones and urinating on them and having a friend eat them. I mean, what it is...
They run out of pickle juice? Because that's what we did.
No.
What it is just inspiring children or teenagers to rebel against society. Now, that's fine if you do it in a constructive way. I mean, certainly we could talk about the government and about, things that the government isn't telling us and how we shouldn't just accept everything onto... I mean, there are lots of things that you could talk about or show in a movie or a television show that could be somewhat rebellious, but in a constructive way.
Well, now you're telling people how to make movies, and basically now you're saying, here's how you do art, here's how you do your craft, and it's got to fall into these guidelines.
Well, I'm all for the First Amendment, but when there are things that have been proven by either research, scientific research, or just by experiences, seeing a lot of these things happening all over the United States or all over the world, this wasn't the first case. This boy in Sarasota this week who jumped out of a building.
Well, he's already said that he didn't get that from TV. Even his parents said that.
Well, if his mother said that, she's changing her story.
We have the quote. We just played it on the air about an hour ago.
Well, that's so fascinating because...
Do we still have it? I'll play it for...
number 7.
Okay.
Do you have it? Hang on, Dr. Lieberman. Where are you right now, by the way?
In Los Angeles.
You sound very attractive.
Well, thank you.
Are you wearing that lovely outfit you had on last night? Very striking.
What?
Thank you.
Yes. Hold on a second. I'm queuing this up for you. What cut was it?
7.
Paul is the type of person that likes to get a reaction. He'll do stupid things just to see how you're going to react. And he went too far this time.
See? Could you hear that?
Yes.
So obviously a parent it's basically taking responsibility for what happened.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it didn't sound like she wasn't saying that he...
She said he's always done stupid things.
Well, yes. I mean, we don't know how long he's watched Jackass and whether his stupid things started from before, but...
All right, so you're telling me that as a parent, the 17, 18 years that I have over that child, it can be undone by a 30-minute television show.
Well, this mother obviously doesn't pay enough attention.
She didn't answer my question. Do you know why? I do good. Right.
Her saying that he's doing all these kinds of things to get attention, stupid things to get attention.
Right.
He's obviously desperate for attention that he should be getting from her. So that's like a clue, and she should have brought him to a shrink the first time that he did something that she's calling stupid. Look at that. Isn't that cool? A mother calling you stupid in the media. I mean...
I like the fact that she's taking responsibility for it, not pointing at the media going, hey, you know what? These things were on TV. this is where my kid got the idea. And what the hell is he doing jumping off a condominium without at least a towel or a cape or something?
Wouldn't have helped. Wouldn't have helped.
That's what we did.
Nor a yikes sign.
I wonder if she was paid off by the show.
Oh, Dr. Carol.
That was on CNN, actually. That was a CNN clip about 1:30 this afternoon. And the lead into that was the announcer going that this Paul guy has denied that Jackass had anything to do with it.
Well, it's you know, so many times people, even people who are caught after doing some criminal act, and which has been obviously copied from some movie or television show. I mean, really, you know, specific characteristics that they couldn't have just dreamed up themselves, and they'll still say, no, it had nothing to do with it. I mean, some of
Well, why not? I mean, the first thing I would do if I got caught doing something idiotic, I would point to something else and go, if I hadn't seen that on TV, I'd have never done it.
Well, that's right. But my point is that people are so strongly don't want
I don't think I'm getting much out of her.
Because she's not offering much.
Okay. And you've also nailed her, and she's tapping and dancing.
I'm good. You're fantastic. Well, and the thing of it is, what are her parameters for deciding what gets to go on the air and what doesn't? I'd like to hear how she...
Okay, I'll ask you that. One moment.
There have been things where it's really been so specific, so details that have been so specific. I mean, even in this, with Jackass, there were other kids who have done things, teenagers. One example was teenagers in Florida also who were arrested for animal cruelty and other charges after the police got their videotape in which they show some teens setting themselves and a frog on fire and swallowing and regurgitating a fish and vandalizing city property. I mean, there were other...
Now, you're telling me by watching a TV show, because that sounds just like retarded behavior. That's not the influence of Saturday morning programming or something I saw late at night on a Saturday. That's just stupid.
Well,
that's genetic.
But there have been a lot of these specific things. This kid who, I'm sure you heard about it. It was about a year ago or so. A kid who got run over because he was imitating a stunt. He was.
I saw that. I saw the video. I laughed every time I saw it.
A couple of them, they have said specifically this was from Jackass. This specific instance, the kid denies that it was. But there have been other ones. The kid lit himself on fire. That was on Jackass.
Yeah.
And you know what? I believe they call that show Jackass for a reason.
Exactly.
It's not, hey, look, here's neat things to do on a Saturday afternoon. That's not what it's called. It's called Jackass.
Right.
That's right. But, you know, it's called Jackass with tongue-in-cheek, and all these guys...
No, it's called Jackass because they're doing Jackass stunts. Well, anybody that gets into a outhouse and have them turn it upside down...
Right.
That's being... a
jackass.
Yes.
An upside-down jackass.
Yes, with grunt on your head.
But the thing is that while they're calling it this, they're still looking like they're having a great time and that this is something cool. Even though, you know, we're being jackasses, ain't it cool?
Mm-hmm. So, well, where do we draw the line of what gets, what movies are made? So Fantasy World is gone? You can't do anything in the movies to where it might cost somebody to do something? How do you decide?
Well, you decide by,
Wouldn't it be a lot easier to go after parents and go, hey, you know what? If you're going to have it, raise it.
Well,
how do you operationally define?
Should be doing that too.
Well, why shouldn't we start with the people that are having the kids that are supposed to be guardians for these children until they get to 18 or 19 years old, instead of coming to the media and going, hey, you know what? Because I'm having kids and I don't want to raise it. I want everything around them to be sanitized.
Well, you do both. I mean, certainly most parents these days need to be doing things differently, need a lot of help, need to be told that this is not okay. I mean, parents are doing outrageous things. They shouldn't let their kids watch the show if they watched it first. You know, ideally they should have enough of a connection with their child to tell them this is stupid, you know, don't bother watching it. Or they should be arranging things for their kids to be doing rather than having them have so much time on their hands that they could be copying these jackasses.
All right, so if we really look at it, we're not going after the media or the
doing both.
Yeah, well, I really think you start with the parents, because say I want to watch a TV show like Jackass, why should I be penalized because somebody else had a kid?
Because the truth is that these people who make shows like Jackass know damn well what they're doing. They know there are going to be people out there copying it, but they're going to ride the money train as long as they can until they get sued. They don't care. They just want to pay the house mortgage.
Why would they think that somebody was going to go out and do absurd? That just assumes that the public is all stupid.
Because there have been things before Jackass went on the air.
I'm so good at making my butt twitch.
Well, and nobody's ever going to prevail in a lawsuit of that nature. This issue has been litigated time and again.
I know it.
In the middle of the road.
I just like to listen to her dance.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
They laid down in the middle of the road, and there were kids who copied that. I mean, there have been other instances. I bet if they, if they really thought about it, they would know that there were going to be copycats, but they didn't care. And they're denying that they wanted people to send in videos.
Anybody else want anything? Because she's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to scream at her.
O'Malley sent me something if you want to talk about it. She's finishing a book called Descent into Madness, a first-person account of the Jenny Jones talk show murder. She's a witness for the defense. Is there any use in that?
No, I don't want to hear her talk anymore.
It wasn't just that they did the stunt. See, that's what makes it different. It wasn't just that they decided to, hey, why don't we jump out of this window and... They hadn't seen it before, but they thought it would be cool to try to jump into the pool. They had somebody videotaping it.
Right. Well, what do you mean, well?
Well, that means, they could well have been doing it to send in, even though Jackass is now just on reruns.
Well, and they always said they don't accept submissions. And you know what? I do a lot of things that I get pictures of, and I never have any intent on publishing them in a magazine or sending them to a TV show. Some people videotape stuff just to videotape it.
Yes, but it shows that at the very least...
You're never going to admit that I'm right, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, how dare you.
I've been studying this for too long to...
Well, but you know what? You can study it for a long time, but still logic's got to come into play sooner or later.
Well, I mean, I believe in the First Amendment, but there are just some things that even...
That's good, too, isn't it?
I like that.
She missed it.
Yes, totally.
If you put this on the air, it's going to inspire a lot of people to copy it. What about all the violence that's on the air, that people know is inspiring people to be violent, if not specific copycats, then just the general violence?
Some people say that when you see violence in a movie or a television show that it's a release.
Yes, but then they changed that was early research, and they've long been proven wrong.
I find it a release. I watch something like that. I watch somebody get the snot beat out of them. I feel better about my daily problems. I do. I'm with you.
Absolutely. I mean, we're guys, though. We have testosterone on our side.
Yeah.
But you realize, Dr. Lieberman, that you're the champion of a cause that will never come to fruition. This issue has been litigated many, many times before with regard to song lyrics, for example.
Yes.
And the courts come down the same way every single time. It's about freedom of speech. Because how do you operationally define your parameters? Let's say a show comes your way and you get to decide. Describe for me in a few sentences how you determine whether or not that show passes your test.
Well, there are a lot of things that you look at.
Don't give me a lot of things.
Wow, everything was good.
How vulnerable they are. Obviously, kids and teens are more vulnerable.
But you're saying a lot of subjective types of things that somebody is just going to have to kind of go, well, maybe they're vulnerable, maybe they're not, and then make an arbitrary decision. If you're going to start screening what comes through and doesn't come through the media, you need to operationally define your terms or your test is worthless.
It's not subjective. There's been research to this effect. And particularly in terms
anytime somebody decides for the masses, that becomes subjective.
No, not if, if you're basing it on scientific research,
am I wrong?
It's not really.
Yeah, but her test is very subjective. She's real touchy-feely about, well, you've got to see if they're vulnerable.
Hold on. I know what I'm done with her.
Average people, common sense, would let them know for a lot of it what would be more likely to be copied. And even though, yes, it's really important, especially more and more these days, to protect the First Amendment, that doesn't really give people license to just exploit everybody. That's really what they're doing. They're laughing all the way to the bank. They're not. They know this isn't art.
Oh, tornado. There you go. There we go. Wasn't going to get anything else out of her. She's never going to admit to anything. No. And after a while of watching her, tap and dance,
she's been too much time and too much energy invested in her opinion. No matter what you say, she's going to go, That's basically what she was doing.
Sure. Yeah. Well, why would that not be subjective? If I'm deciding for everybody else based on my own opinions and my own values, isn't that being subjective?
Well, what I mean by an objective test is one in which you can say, okay, movies that have X number of words of profanity and so many pictures of...
Well, you know what? The networks used to do it that way. Back in the 70s, I don't know how they do it now, but you could only have, like in Kung Fu, you could have 2 fight scenes in an hour. So what they would do to get around that is they would have a lot of training. So you still got to see the kung fu moves, but
Right.
it wasn't in a violent nature.
Right.
So that's how they got around that.
Okay, that's an objective test because it's basically saying you can do this so many times, or not, if you don't, you're out or whatever.
Yeah, so many, dams per 20 minutes.
Right.
I don't know what the code and practice is now for the networks. I don't even know that they have one. I mean, after watching Saving Private Ryan on there, where they left everything on there, obviously everything, was out the window.
Clearly.
Yeah, there was a big case in California. It made it to the California Supreme Court that had to do with Ozzy.
Eddie says we got a break.
Okay.
All right. Dan, if she calls back, just tell her we're still spinning in circles. All right.
Yeah! We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show. Russ Martin Show.
That's the last one I remember. It was like around July 4th of 89. Tornado hit out by my mom's house.
Oh, I wasn't here then. But yeah, I was.
89? We were doing a TV show.
Yeah, I was thinking 79.
Yeah, she ended up with a new boat.
How's that?
Came out of the neighbor's yard. Did.
You don't kept it?
Left. Yes.
You don't keep it.
Boats from heaven?
No.
I mean, the whole boat and the trailer. Just lifted it up, put it in my parents' yard.
Wow.
That's what we told the cops.
They said this one in Oklahoma was throwing tractor-trailer trucks around like they were toys.
Well, look at some of the brick houses that there was some guy interviewed. He said not only was the house gone, part of the foundation started coming up.
Oklahoma is just getting whipped.
I think they said this is the worst batch in the past 6 years.
Yep.
It's the last I heard. I told you it seemed like,
odd.
Yeah, we've had a vulva of tornadoes.
And that one yesterday went right up Highway 44 just like it did last year. I mean, almost the same track.
All right.
They stay away from here. We still haven't rebuilt the building from Fort Worth for, 5 years ago? 4 years ago?
Is that the one with the wood windows?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to leave it like that.
No.
I think that looks cool.
They've been arguing about what to do with the building. First, they were going to destroy it and implode it. And September 11th came along and went, now we better not do that. Let's wait. And now they said they're going to develop it into apartments. My question is, if it wasn't safe for office, how could it be safe to live in? If structurally it was not sound then, how did it improve with birds living in it for 2 years?
Well, did they say it wasn't structurally sound, or they just didn't want to jack with it because all the windows are gone?
No, windows are replaceable. I heard at one point it was not structurally sound, and they were going to implode it.
I think it looks funny.
It's like a white trash skyscraper.
That's exactly what it is.
It certainly is.
And can you see people driving in from out of town? Know anything about Fort Worth or Dallas? Oh, no.
Pretty good. That's not our hotel.
What are we going to do here? Oh, I guess we do news. Okay. And that chick on the phone, she was just not going to go with anything. Logic had no bearing on what she was saying.
No.
No direct answers.
Because the mother was paid off to say that.
Oh, man.
What the hell did that mean? Did she mean that the MTV got to the mother and went, hey, we'll give you $100 million or $10,000 if you'll say my kid just always done stupid things?
No.
And of course, she can't concede to anything because then that challenges everything, on her website and in her book and everything else that she knows.
Right.
I don't think she addressed one thing that I threw out.
Nope. No, she had her standard answers.
Yeah.
But they didn't necessarily address the questions.
Yeah. What is the line? And why do I get punished? That question right there, she totally sidestepped. If there's a show that I want to watch, why is it I can't watch it because somebody had a kid and they don't want to raise them?
Well, it's censorship dressed up as something else.
I just don't like the lack of responsibility. I don't care about freedom of speech or censorship. It's just the fact that you had a kid. Stop digging in your nose, would you?
I'm not.
I saw it go up there.
I was now scratching my nose.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
Scratching the inside.
No.
Yeah.
Right here.
And accidentally this frosted flake came out.
That.
As a bonus.
No.
What are we talking about?
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about freedom of speech. You have a kid, raise it.
Well, I mean, again, this guy was, 18? The guy that jumped off the building? How old were you when you knew you shouldn't jump off a 5-story building?
2.
Yeah.
And did you, one of the websites showed the point of view from the roof down to the pool? Not a chance.
No.
I may even have a picture
I
of
don't
that.
care if it was all pool and came right up to the edge of the building. I don't even think this guy that jumped off that hit the wall or the edge got a good running start.
He didn't. He stepped back about 2 steps because you can see his head. About 2 steps and went, dump, stepped off.
Well, there are people like JD who get their thrills from dope, and then there are other people that enjoy jumping off buildings and are thrill seekers.
I understand that.
It's
obviously what JD's doing is a lot safer.
Well, yeah.
Unless he gets to the point where he's so narcotized that he thinks he can fly.
Well, yeah, that could be problematic, and we all, of course, hope that doesn't
For those tuning in right now, they're making fun of me, and I'm not a doper, and I don't do dope.
According to your website, you do. In fact, you're selling stuff.
I'm not either selling anything. Chris, please change that back.
Doesn't look like it's changed.
You got a kid in college. He doesn't need to hear this.
Hear what?
Dad's a doper. He's not.
Stop asking for it.
I'm not. I was joking. I was at a point of frustration because I quit drinking. And I went, if this keeps up, I got to have dope. And
I've stopped drinking. I never asked for any dope.
Well, I was
anyway, go ahead, Everett. You're on your way to making a valid point.
Oh, well. Anyway, I was just saying that basically anytime, what was I saying? What were we talking about?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, well. Blow it off then.
All right, Chris, you can change Stady's website back.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Thrill-seeking is an addiction, and it's progressive in the same way that JD's dope addiction is.
Right.
And this is not something this guy just did. And his mother said as much. He's gone and jumped off stuff and done other things.
He probably started jumping off the house and then other things and out of trees, and then this just is, it's a big finale.
You don't just jump off a 5-story building and have that be your starting point for thrill-seeking.
Right.
And I don't care if it was straight down to the pool with no concrete. I still wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it either. But I was saying, even if I knew there was no chance of me missing the water whatsoever, still not a chance. And I don't feel bad for this kid. I don't feel bad for anybody around him. His parents raised an idiot, and that's the sum of all their efforts.
That's true.
A kid jumping off a roof and smashing into the side of a wall.
One of my kids had done something like this, I would consider myself a failure as a parent.
Well, they found that there's a genetic predisposition to that type of thrill-seeking.
Being an idiot?
Well, that's one way to characterize it, but there are people
If you're having snow cones with urine, that's an idiot. I don't really think that's genetic.
Well, no, I was referring to jumping off buildings.
All right, my mistake. Hold on, the chick wants to make a request. Move, bitch. That's not a country song, is it? All right, put her on hold. Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
Could y'all play Move, Bitch?
Sure. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Carrollton.
Really? And would you like to dedicate it to anyone?
To Chris Kapler.
Really? And why would you want to dedicate it to him?
Because he's my boyfriend, and we've been going out for 3 years so far.
Really? And how old are you?
I'm 23.
How old is he?
He's 24.
Have you slept together yet?
Yeah.
Are you wearing protection?
Yes, he is.
What about you?
Yes, I am.
Good. Because you sound far too stupid to have kids. What is Move Over Bitch or whatever?
Never heard of it.
I'm still wondering what she's wearing.
Who cares?
She's wearing protection. What the heck could that be?
That's why I asked. Yes, I am. Have it on now. Sometimes he hits me. All right. I'm done with this. Chick had no valid point, just like she had no valid point last night on CNN.
No.
I just wanted to know, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, what point?
And she had no answer for that.
No.
Well, I've been studying it for a long time. Lady, just because you've been studying something for 20, 30 years doesn't mean you got a handle on it. And you can't even address common sense questions like, where do you draw the line? Don't throw something in my face. I've been studying this for a long time. But she totally missed the thing about logic.
Yes, she did. That was good, too.
Thank you. All right, here, Everett, take this and we'll do news. Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, everything. I got a question for him. A drunken question.
A drunken question?
Yeah.
My favorite.
Great.
Let's go, Troy.
I've got a vasectomy about a year ago. Now I got a baby on the way. Have I got any legal means at all?
Without knowing much more about your case, the answer is perhaps, but send me an email. I'll send you to the right person for that.
You're awesome, man.
Thanks, Troy. What's the liability of the doctor on that?
Well, it depends on what representations were made when the child was conceived, because I know there's a window during which you're not supposed to have sex, or you can still conceive. You know, there are lots of variables we don't know.
You're right. Dr. Fetner, maybe wait and then check me twice before you actually pronounce me as being
And I might add, you do sign a waiver, at least we did with Dr. Fetner, that says...
I didn't sign nothing.
Yes, you did.
No, the hell I didn't.
I bet you did.
I bet I didn't.
At some point.
I did not. I didn't sign anything.
You were doped.
I was not.
You were on the... Yes, you were.
So? Okay. And if I signed it when I was doped up, it don't count, does it?
Well, that could create an issue as to whether or not you had the capacity to.
Thank you. I was incapacitated, and I certainly couldn't enter into any contractual agreement in that state of narcotization.
I see.
Was that close?
That was marvelously put.
Thank you. Anyway, it took him twice before he said I was,
clear?
I hate to use the word sterile, because that makes it sound like, it's court-ordered.
Yeah. Before you were clear. Your count was 0.
Yeah, my sperm count was 0.
All right. Me too. Two times and you're done.
So let's say it gets into that point to where the doctor actually says, all right, you're sterile, and then you have a kid.
Well, if you have a waiver, what does the waiver say?
No. Yeah, if you sign a waiver, you're screwed.
So,
well, now, does a waiver always, because I know in some states they say just because we say we're not going to pay attention to this, doesn't mean the law. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Sometimes waivers are not valid, and that's a separate issue. That's why I say there's so many variables at play. Just with a 3-second explanation of what his case is, it's impossible to analyze it properly.
Got it.
First thing I'd have is a DNA test, but that's just me.
That's also another issue. Is the kid his?
Maybe it's about time for us to have our semen checked.
We can do it all the same day that he comes up and does our prostate.
Why is it he's got to get into my ass to check my semen?
Because that's what... Not to check your semen, to check your prostate.
I don't want him checking my prostate. Why can't I check it?
It's because you don't know what you're looking for. You probably could if you could reach around that far.
I can reach around that far. And like you showed me that one time. You do the roundhouse and you punch yourself really hard in the ass.
No, you can't do that. You have to have a doctor come in who knows what he's feeling for. It's a very, very slight, like...
I know, they're like bumps in your prostate or something.
Right.
Looking for something that's symmetrical.
Hardness, yes.
Yeah. He said mine was fine. Mm-hmm. How could mine go bad in a year?
It's just time to check it.
And at what age did they start sticking the codex in your butt?
50. 40 for the prostate, 50 for the colon.
They'll have that process so refined by the time.
That's what I'm hoping about. I mean, just the fact that they've gotten to the point of virtually looking around in your a-hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a medieval torture treatment in the 70s. Really, really bad.
How big was the thing they stuck in? Water hose size?
It was too big. It was in my ass.
I understand that, but drink straw, water hose, Coke can?
Yeah, I'd say
big pen?
Big pen.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than a big pen, maybe.
Oh. So it wasn't really the size, it was how far it went.
And the inflexibility of it all.
Oh, really?
It was not terribly flexible.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like having a telescopic antenna.
Very similar to what they put down my throat when I had throat issues. It's a little camera and it's...
Were you out for that?
No. You stay awake.
How do you stay awake?
It doesn't go down that far. But
it's going to make you gag.
Yeah.
Unless you're used to doing other stuff.
They spray your throat so you don't. It's numb.
Oh, okay. So you don't gag?
If you have a really bad gag reflex, they spray you.
Can you use that on chicks?
Yes.
Can you really?
Of course.
I don't mean for checking their vocal cords.
I realize that.
Have you used it?
No, I don't have it. The doctors have it.
It's probably prescription.
Yeah, but we could get some. You can grab them by the ears all day. Why? Why isn't everybody's giving me that look? Has everybody been doing this but me?
I think we're all having a simultaneous epiphany.
Well, don't stick a camera in it. I don't know what that means. All right. Ready to start news?
If you'd like.
Can we, Eddie?
No. We're really far behind.
Are we?
Yeah.
All right. How about we do a moderate break here and then we come back and do news?
That would be great.
Okay. Because I know short break's out of the question.
Estaremos de nuevo a la demostración en 1053 vivo. La charla de Russ Martin que oscila Texas.
All right, 525, Eddie Boyd is here, Everett Newton, Dan O'Malley, Ray Trenholm, J.D. Ryan. KLLI puts off today. When we do news, 4?
Yes.
All right, we're due then. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. 526, J.D. Ryan's on live. 105.
Thank you, Russ. It is brought to us by KTXA Television, by Blockbuster Video, and by Texas Harley Davidson. I'll be out there tomorrow in conjunction with D&M Auto Leasing. They're having a pre-owned Harley blowout all day long. Music, festival, they'll have food. They'll have a hot air balloon floating up there. You can't miss it. It's at Highway 183 at Central Drive in Bedford. I'll be there noon to 2. A mountaineer facing death after being pinned by an 800-pound boulder in Utah in the desert said yesterday he had to break his own arm bone before he could cut his limb off with a dull knife. Aaron Ralston said in the beginning of his 5-day ordeal he was throwing his body against the rock to free himself and then tried to chip away at it before realizing the only chance to live was to cut off his own arm. Quit it. God. After 3 days of being struck, I'm going to give some details here that's going to make you sick. After
Good.
3 days of being stuck.
You know what? That's what you get for rock climbing.
Well, he did make several errors, which is he was by himself.
And the other thing is, I don't believe this is the first time he's had a problem. I think there was another time he got like trapped up to his head in a snowdrift or something like that.
Read that.
Or a swamp or
something.
Dinosaur grunt.
Anyway, he made little progress. He ate the few little crumbs he had left of a candy bar wrapper.
Did he eat his arm?
He started.
I'd eat my arm.
He started.
Did he eat his arm?
No. He started sawing
Would
back.
you eat your arm?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'd eat our arm.
Started sawing back and forth with a pocket knife to no avail. The knife was so dull it wouldn't even cut the hair on his arm.
Oh, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd he cut through his arm?
2 days later, he realized he had to do something while he was still coherent. So he decided to break his own arm so cutting through it would be easier.
Yeah.
First, the radius snapped just above the wrist. Then he kept twisting his arm. After a few minutes later, the
ulnar.
Thank you. That broke next. The whole
your ulnar come off.
Yeah, your ulnar came off. Can you imagine though? No anesthesia, nothing. He's twisting.
I'm sure at a certain point his arm was probably gone as far as feeling.
The whole process.
Plus he was frozen. Was it snowing? Was he just a rock climber?
This was in Grand Junction, Colorado, so probably chilly.
Yeah.
The whole process, including,
way.
Well, if I don't think it was too cold. Otherwise, hypothermia would have set in several days previous.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole process, including setting out bandages and first aid supplies, took about an hour to cut his arm off and seal it. Then, of course, he rappelled down the wall of the canyon and walked 5 miles.
So he didn't get credit for all of that.
He said he couldn't.
You're the one that put yourself in that position. You're out rock climbing, and then a rock falls on you, and you're by yourself. Dude.
No cell phone, and he left no itinerary. So he would have died. No doubt. It's just like...
I'd have stayed there and died. There's no way I cut my own arm off.
No, that's
Break your wrist first and then saw through it?
No! And I don't understand. If he couldn't even cut through his own hair, how'd he cut through the meat of his arm?
He said the blade was so dull. It was like a butter knife. It wouldn't... And why do you go camping without a good knife anyway?
Yeah, in case you got to cut off your arm.
Or sounds like he's just dressing it up to make it sound better.
Or a cell phone. There's no way to make it sound breaking your own arm and cutting it off any better. That's pretty dynamic.
Well, the knife was dull enough, couldn't cut through his skin, and I'm with Russ. How did he cut his arm off?
It didn't make any sense.
He broke it.
He broke the bones, but if your knife isn't strong enough to cut hair, it's not going to cut flesh.
I don't know. Stabbing it, I suppose. Can we change subjects?
You brought it up.
All right. The children in Julie Barrington's...
And it's funny. He goes, I'm going to read some stuff going to make you sick.
Didn't. I was wrong. You didn't get sick about earlier with the cockroach crawling out of the guy's face.
No, that was funny.
After his face got eaten off by rats, nothing's going to bother you.
That was kind of like the earwig went in that guy's ear in Night Gallery. Remember that episode?
I thought it was Star Trek 2, the Wrath of Khan.
No.
Where they stuck those things in Chekhov's ear.
I remember that.
What?
They did it on both. They had a special where the guy gets an earwig in his ear on Night Gallery. It was the creepiest thing, man.
Best episode ever.
What did it do?
Well, they told him at the end that they couldn't get it out because it eats its way into his brain and can't back up. So it was just going to slowly eat his brain until he went mad.
Right. Is that what they really do?
Sure.
I mean, are these things real?
Yeah. Oh, earwigs absolutely exist.
Well, I didn't know.
They actually exist in Texas.
I just thought it was like for bald ears.
Wigs.
Perhaps that's another use.
I know. I'm sorry.
The children in Julie Barrington's Spanish class at Pioneer Heritage Middle School call them loser sentences. Each time a student arrives in class without his homework, Mrs. Barrington requires him to write a sentence that begins, I am a loser because. As the class reviewed and graded that day's homework, the losers wrote and rewrote the loser sentence on a sheet of paper over and over and over, and they handed that in. Bewildered parents found out about the loser sentences this week and angrily complained to the Pioneer Heritage administrators. Principal Patricia Bradley ended the era of the loser sentence as soon as she found out about it this week. And on Thursday, she sent letters of apology to all the parents, 137 students of this Miss Barrentine's class. For making the kids call themselves losers.
You can't turn in your homework. Not only are you a loser, you're an idiot.
How about you turn
in your homework?
Well, you don't call a kid a loser.
Yes, you do. The kid, actually, I'm going to be a loser because I didn't do this. Because I didn't further my education. Because I didn't pay attention to what was going on.
I wouldn't allow a teacher to do that to my child.
Why? Hit too close to home?
No. Not at all.
I bet if Trey were forced to do something like that, he would have turned in his book report yesterday.
You don't call a kid a loser. That's just why. As a teacher?
Yes, as a teacher.
I understand kids.
You're going to turn yourself into a loser if you continue on this path.
That's not what you said.
I'm a loser because
I am a loser because
I didn't turn in my homework.
That's not I'll become a loser. That is, I'm a loser now.
Even better. Now's the time to change.
This teacher had some other rules in her class.
You finally got a teacher that's actually going to watch over the kids and make sure that they get their stuff done, and now you're going to penalize her?
How about, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
How about you turn in your crap? How about where are your parents? How come your parents aren't making sure you turn in this stuff?
Well, you didn't turn in every assignment you ever got.
Yes, the hell I did. I went to school every single day and I turned everything in.
Bull.
Prove I didn't!
I have to prove it.
Or make accusations if you can't prove it.
Actually, this teacher, come to think of it, you and this teacher have a lot in common. Here's some of the rules for her class. You ready?
Yes.
Arguing, complaining, whining, grabbing, and begging are not acceptable in this
classroom.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Your opinion?
Well, hold on a second. You don't agree with that? It's a classroom. A teacher has to be in control, and everything that teacher says should be followed by the students. I think that's Everett breathing.
Okay.
Did you just breathe, Everett?
I breathe all the time, but I don't think I'm breathing loud or anything.
Breathe again. Yeah, we heard it.
Okay.
All right.
Your opinion is not to be voiced unless I'm conducting a class discussion.
You don't agree with that?
I think a child should be able to raise his hand and go, hey, excuse me, may I ask a question? Or, I don't agree with that.
No, it's the teacher's classroom. You have to have some decorum of what is it? Decorum.
Okay.
Thank you.
I agree with this one. Stay away from Mrs.
So you didn't agree with the first two?
No. Not completely.
See, that's the problem with kids. If they think they can run their mouths all the time, it's going to create distraction, and you can't get done what you're doing. If you're teaching and you've got a game plan, you follow that.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I don't agree with it, but there needs to be metered. This chick was out of control. I'm a loser because it's out of control.
That's not out of control.
For a teacher, it is. Stay away from Mrs. B's desk, I agree. Unless I'm giving you permission to get something, do never look at my computer screen at any time. Okay, I'll give you that one. Remember, I agree with this one. Remember, I am the teacher, you're the student. You do not have as many rights as you think you have.
Perfect.
Speak to me and others with respect. I
got
get that. And watch yourself in my class. Remember, school is not over yet.
Perfect.
It's just, she's a little over the top.
Well, no, it's not. I'll tell you exactly why you have to go overboard, because look at the way kids talk to their teachers now. If we were still in the 70s and kids were still talking to the teachers with Mr. This and Mr. That, you didn't think about getting up and bad-mouthing somebody, then I would say, yeah, possibly that's overboard. But look at what they have to deal with today.
I wouldn't want to be a teacher in today's society.
Well, that's why I'm saying that these parents should back up this teacher and say, yeah, I would want my kid in that class. I don't want my kid to turn out to be an idiot. And I know damn well the kid's going to sneak around and do stuff that I don't know about. At least somebody's keeping an eye on him. They should reward this teacher. Are they firing her?
No, they're determining what to do with her. They said it's an unfortunate choice of words to make her point, is what the principal said.
What's the teacher's name?
Barrentine. Her first name is, it's on the first page, I'm sorry. Julie Barrentine. Spanish class, Pioneer Heritage Middle School, Frisco.
We should send her something. Good job, or flowers, or,
a whip.
Fine. They have little to no control as it is. Don't take away everything they've got. You can't punish. You can't holler at a kid.
You're right.
They're getting to the point of where you can't even, acknowledge the ones that, like Honor Society, because that makes the stupid ones feel stupid. What good is it being smart if you can't point out the idiots?
That I agree. Last year they said the valedictorian, you couldn't be a valedictorian because that meant everybody else was dumber than you. Well, if you worked hard enough to get a 4.0 or a 4.1 or whatever, You deserve that.
That means all awards for everything should go away.
Yeah.
And you should never reward somebody for the fact that they worked harder.
Well, and the argument made back then was, I bet the football team still has an MVP, and they did. So, yeah, most valuable player works, but in this classroom it's not.
Yes, Mark?
Yes. A while ago you said that was funny, a guy getting his face eaten off by rats.
It is.
How's that funny?
It's funny. Not only is it funny to watch, it's funny to see pictures of. And the fact that a roach crawled out of his mouth, I wish that was a sitcom. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll shift gears here a little bit. O.J. Simpson's 3 simple rules for escaping criminal charges in the murder of your wife. Are you ready? He spoke to Robert Blake and gave him some rules. And they are, 1, don't take a lie detector test. 2, don't watch TV. And 3, don't blacken your wife's name.
Or her eyes.
Yes. Kareem Biggs Burke, one of the 3 CEOs of Rockefeller Records, busted this week after police found 24 marijuana plants being cultivated in his New Jersey penthouse.
Friends of yours?
No.
Dopers?
So, I'm not. Searching Burke's pad allegedly found 2 ounces of weed, humidifiers, and approximately 4 grams of hashish. Burke's attorney says he will be vindicated.
What are the humidifiers for? Does that help the pot grow?
I guess it does. Keeps it, yeah. I've heard they put lights in there, the grow lights, I'm sorry.
Right.
And then the humidifiers to keep it moist. I heard. I don't know.
Of course.
Where'd you hear this from?
In his greenhouse?
No, you've seen it on...
Gardner tell you?
You see it on cops when they bust in. There's always those lights going and the humidifiers and everything.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
That's it. Rosie O'Donnell is now a regular contributor to a gay and lesbian magazine called The Advocate. In her first column appears May 13th. It is titled The Yellow. In it, Rosie laments about how fame has robbed her of her yellow. What exactly is her yellow? It's her energy and her happiness. She says, quote, "It started to show on my face and my body as I become bigger and sadder, starved for yellow.
The hell's wrong with that bitch?
I filled my craving with food, getting madder still with my expanding girth and my inability to make more. Yellow."
Yeah, you some lemon pie.
Energy and happiness. That's her yellow. She ain't got no yellow.
And yellow was what?
That's her energy and her happiness. Fame has robbed her of her energy and happiness, her yellow.
Didn't she choose that?
I believe so, certainly. And continues to.
She chose fame.
Mm-hmm.
She chose show business.
Yes.
And now the thing that support...
I heard her say the other day, the only thing she really enjoys in her whole life, she goes, you know, we have a wonderful house, we got 2 mommies and
Licking snappers?
Either way.
Yeah.
2 mommies and 4 wonderful kids. Because that's my happiness.
Which they shouldn't have.
Well, she's got the money to raise them.
That don't make any difference. You got 2 snappers raising kids. That's going to...
And finally, give an infinite number of monkeys an infinite number of typewriters, the theory goes, and they will eventually produce the works of William Shakespeare. Give 6 monkeys 1 computer for a month, and they will produce a mess. According to researchers at Plymouth University in England, they reported this week that primates left alone with a computer attacked the machine, hit it with rocks.
Where are all these people getting monkeys, and how come I don't have one?
Failed to produce a single word. They pressed a lot of S keys for some reason. Another thing they were interested
I know why.
You're right. Actually, another thing they were interested in was defecating and urinating on the keyboard. Eventually, monkeys Elmo, Gum, Heather, Holly,
you know what I would love?
And Rowan.
If they would just take a morning show and stick monkeys in there and just leave the mics on for 4 hours. I would listen to that. I don't care anything else that was on. I would just listen to the monkeys for 4 hours.
That would be funny. Certainly wake you up in the morning.
How much do monkeys cost, Eddie?
I think I can probably get one around $2,000.
Really?
For a decent one.
What kind of, is it a spider monkey?
Actually, they're pygmy monkeys.
How big do they get?
Size of that Coke can.
That's what that guy had in his pants. I did the story yesterday. The guy tried to smuggle 2 of those in the country in his pants. 2 of the ones.
Yeah, that wasn't what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was in his pants.
I understand.
What? No, I'm gonna let that one go. Are they domesticated?
Probably not. Well, they're supposedly born with people raising them, not like out in the wild. They don't catch them.
So they would be domestic.
Yeah, but I mean, it's.
Do they still run around and jump grunt?
Yeah.
Oh.
They make them wear diapers and stuff. They make these little bitty diapers for them.
I'd love to have a monkey.
In your house or up here?
At my home.
Okay.
I mean, how are they? Obviously, they're primates. Are they smarter than dogs and stuff?
The smaller monkeys aren't. They're more like just a pet squirrel or something like that. You get into the bigger monkeys and they can be trained.
Bigger brains?
Yeah. And they be trained to do all kinds of cool stuff.
I want a monkey.
You're starting to slip.
Why?
Enough.
A monkey?
Okay, 3 cartoon cars.
What 3?
You have the Mach 5 and 2 Batmobiles, and now you're getting a monkey.
What's wrong with a monkey?
Monkey's saying
monkey. Monkey.
You gonna name him Tim Tim and drive around?
Is it just me?
No,
yeah,
monkey. You. Monkeys are cool. Who wouldn't want to? Didn't you always want a monkey as a kid?
No.
They live to be 70 and throw their own feces.
Well, so do. I'll just break you.
There's news and information brought to us by Texas Harley Davidson in conjunction with D&M. Pre-owned Harley blowout tomorrow. I'll be there noon to 2. I'm J.D. Ryan on Live 105.3. The Talk That Rocks Texas.
Tether off, we're gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we're gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether. We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show. Russ Martin on.
Did we just do traffic?
We have not.
News?
Yes.
All right. You ready for traffic?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Brought to us by Ultimate Electronics and by Blockbuster Video. Here we go in Dallas, eastbound I-30 before St. Francis Avenue. Long delays due to an earlier accident. Traffic slow from Cockrell Hill through the canyon. Also in Dallas, eastbound 183 at Esters Road. Disabled tractor trailers on the left shoulder. As in Dallas, westbound I-30 at Sylvan Avenue. Disabled vehicle, right lane blocked back up to the Mixmaster. In Tarrant County, westbound I-20 at I-35W. An accident involving a tractor trailer on the southbound exit ramp. Also in Tarrant County, westbound 183 at Norwood. There's an accident there in the mid-cities. It's on the right shoulder. And finally, southbound 360 at Fountain Burney Road. Disabled vehicle, left lane, center lane, blocked, slow from Riverside. There's traffic brought to us by the good folks at Blockbuster. They got 2 great ways to take home the hit movie, Catch Me If You Can. You can rent it on DVD or video. You can buy it on DVD, rent or buy it today at Blockbuster. Weather-wise, tonight, mid-70s. Going to have a chance of rain tonight and again tomorrow, then maybe clearing up for Sunday. 88 should be the high tomorrow. We are there now, 88 degrees at Live 105.3, The Talk That Rocks, Texas.
I'm looking for it. I can't find it. Where is it in the email?
That's right. I shut that down to do the traffic. Hey, hang on. It is, You Guys Are Not Qualified by Tom Sherrill. How rich for you to be passing judgment on what is proper for teachers to do. You guys are entertained by fart jokes and words like IGMO, and your personal lives are a mess. Don't get me wrong, the show is great, but you're not a good benchmark for educators. Tom Sherrill. There's where he works. There's where his street address. There's his extension and phone number.
Huh. Maybe Tommy was bored at work. Maybe nobody's calling Tom. Tommy. Send back an email saying you're sorry. Or you get Goldberged. Why wouldn't we be qualified to judge? We didn't go to school. I didn't watch how kids behaved in the 70s. You don't see how kids act in school now. Why wouldn't we be qualified to say, yeah, I think teachers should have a little bit more control? Because it seems like the more and more control that they lose, the more problems they're having in schools.
That's well true, yeah.
Well, and who among us is not entitled to an opinion? You may not agree with it, but we're all qualified to have an opinion about an issue.
Well, this is not a matter of having an opinion. This is a matter of we're right. Okay, here's another email.
Here's one.
Sorry. Okay. That's all it said was just sorry. He sent back an email.
Please do not destroy me.
I'm done. I'm out. There's another one here that's...
And you know what? You don't have to be a genius to figure out that teachers, A, they get crap money, and they're dealing with smart asses. Yeah, even up in Frisco or Plano. All right, you may not have to deal with the violence that some other teachers have to deal with, but you're dealing with smart-ass kids. Yeah, teachers should have a little bit more power in the classroom. And the fact is, why is it you wouldn't agree, JD, to the fact that the teachers should say, you know what? Because I think this is my classroom, and unless I want an opinion, or if I want an opinion, I'll ask for it. If we're having a class discussion, then that's fine. Otherwise, this is my room. I'm here to teach, and you're here to learn.
Yeah, if you put it that way, you're correct. I just think the whole, and apparently this "you're a loser" didn't get started that way. It just developed into that over time. And I just think the word "loser" is a terribly negative thing to say to a kid, I mean, at any age.
He's already sent back 2 more emails. So very sorry, and oh God, please don't. All right, see, Tom knows when he's made a mistake.
Here's another one. Here's another guy had nothing to do with it. He goes, I'm sorry too.
Okay. Which line, Dan?
Line 8. Paula.
Okay. Hi, Paula.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
The only people who have a right to say anything about the educators are the people who have children, since you don't have any.
No, that's wrong. Nope. These kids, excuse me, lady, ma'am.
What?
These kids are going to be running this country in another 10, 15 years. I think I do have a say-so in this.
You're going to be dead. What difference?
I'm not going to be dead in 10 or 15 years.
Yes, you are.
No, the hell I'm not. So, yeah, I think I've got a say-so in what goes on. Hey, let me tell you something.
What?
If I got to pay school taxes and I ain't got no kids, obviously I do have a say-so.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes, the hell I do. You know what? If I don't get a say-so, I want all the money I pay back for school taxes.
It does come back to you.
No, it doesn't.
You'll have all kinds of money coming back to you.
For what?
Well, obviously, because you're not going to be working.
What are you talking about? Part of the taxes I pay are school taxes to educate those kids. So, yes, I do have a say-so. Nice try, though. Sometimes it's too easy with these jackasses.
Yeah, you could tell. She sort of got in there and went, I'm wrong, damn it. I'm like, I'm sorry, too.
Well, I mean, you can tell from her first sentence. The only people that has the right.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta learn how to conjugate verbs.
I missed that one. What was the other email?
There's another one. Somebody asked for that, and I forgot what it was. The AT&T speech site that you type in something and it speaks it back to you.
Oh. I'm not giving that out. That's my site.
I thought you said once you got tired of it, you tell her.
I'm not tired of it.
My site. It's not your site. It's on the internet.
Make any difference if I tell everybody you're going to clog it up and I can't use it and they'll end up shutting it down and I won't have anything to play with. No. It's mine. Let's see if I get it bookmarked.
Yeah. Let's tap back to him. I'll tell him that you're sorry, but you ain't telling him.
We don't know what it is. What?
We don't know what it is. You do know what it is. You're typing it.
So? Site's for me. I found it. You go get your own. There it is. Where does the computer come up on this console? I keep forgetting. Here? Sometimes I play with this at home.
Same my nigga. I'll eat that bitch's Goldberg because I'm a player from the Himalaya.
Player from the Himalaya.
Thank you.
Very nice. I'm trying to figure out that. Okay, let's go.
What?
The eat that Goldberg?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a euphemism.
Got it.
Yeah. Somebody said he was in the building today.
Yes.
Why?
Don't know.
I got an apology letter from him.
Really?
Uh-huh.
And?
I crashed, sent it back, so it looked like I never got it.
Say, mama, why don't you cut me a piece off your stinky Goldberg?
All right. I'll give out the website at the end of the show.
Oh.
Some of this stuff you got to type phonetically.
Right.
To get the sound.
What?
My brother, don't be going in our bathroom. Someone pinched a Goldberg and it's still floating in the bowl.
That one sounds Jamaican. You sit at home and do this.
Uh-huh. Why?
Yeah, you must. You're very good at it. When I do it, like I said, if you write just a word, sometimes it doesn't sound right. So you gotta play with it a little bit.
What are we playing later, Eddie?
Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
All right.
I got to go to the doctor. I took a crap and there was blood in my Goldberg.
You're cold.
Thank you. What are you typing?
Tell Trey to be quiet.
What's he doing?
I think that stank bitch done give me the crabs. My Goldberg's bitching.
What are you telling me to be quiet about?
He's telling me for you to check the email. There's a young lady that sent a picture of her body for you to check it out. And I said he's on doing something else right now. Hang on.
All right, let me look. How's my body? Right. All right, hold on. I'll look this really quick. Said to send a picture and you would give me your opinion, so am I okay? Love you, Kara. Oh, dear God, no. Oh, my God, lady. Oh, what's the matter with you? Your cans are nice, but... Ugh. Yeah, you look fine.
Okay.
Yo, my brother, what's up with the size of your nose? You've been snorting me Rico Grow.
God.
What?
It's cruel.
What?
Nothing.
I didn't say I was talking about Goldberg.
Oh, okay. I thought we were on a theme here.
I am.
Yo, Goldberg, my man. Something just hung out of your nose and waved at my ass.
Oh, God.
Oh, I got one more. Hold on.
Look at the size of those boogers.
Would you like to break here?
Who let the dogs out?
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
We still have the buzzers for Rock and Roll Jeopardy?
I have them back, but we have to hardwire them in the way that he's making them now.
Why?
It's just going to be a lot easier on us to set it up. Instead of having the little mice that you slap, he's got big round buzzers, or slappers that you can actually pounce on. And then it's going to be hardwired under the console.
Oh. Okay. I just know however it is when we play Rock and Roll Jeopardy, it gets close.
Yep.
Nothing. Just always piss and moan.
Whatever. What do I piss and moan about? I'm just excited about having actual buzzers, kind of like Press Your Luck.
What do they look like? Can you bring one of them in here?
Yeah, I'll go get one.
Why, Trey, would you go get it? Thank you. Do they look like the Press Your Luck buzzers?
They're close. I mean, have you seen the on and off lights?
Tap lights.
Tap lights. You just push
Is that what
them.
they look like?
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, now the magic's gone.
Sorry. Didn't mean to ruin it for you.
Well, I don't need to see it now. Let me see. Ooh, I like that. And he tested these?
Yeah, and he said you had to hit it hard. You couldn't just like touch it. You really need to smack it.
And smack it toward where the name is, because that's where the switch is.
Well, it's got names all over it.
On top. The top name.
He said if you hit it dead center, it'll be okay. Just don't try to hit one edge.
Got it. Okay, lovely.
You said your mouse had been hitting so hard, it has two little clips that look like a U.
My mouse stopped working before I started hitting it hard.
No,
Yes, it did. And then I started hitting it hard because it wasn't making contact.
You crushed the internal.
I crushed it after it stopped working.
No, it stopped working after you
No, it stopped working. I had no reason to hit it hard until it stopped
you
working.
always jump on it.
No, I
and
didn't.
Then you listen to the...
No, I didn't.
Then you spend another 7 or 8 seconds listening to the song to figure out what
I
it
don't.
is.
That's not the way that I play. How dare you?
You know you do. There's one, like the first drum beat, you go, shut up. You go, bam, and then you go, Russ, go. It's a song about, you know you do that.
Look at the size of those boogers.
Okay, you don't. My bad.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Russ.
Johnny England from Operation Kindness, No Kill Animal Shelter. How was the big Operation Kindness Adopt-a-thon last week?
It was great. We did 45 adoptions.
Good.
It was good. A lot of your listeners came in.
Did you go by?
Did I?
Did you swing by?
No, I never go by. I just say I'm going to go by, so sometimes people come out there thinking I'm going to be there.
Oh, I see.
Anybody ask about me?
Yeah.
See?
Actually, a lot of our volunteers said, what time is Russ coming?
Yeah.
And I said, he never comes by. He just tells me that.
Do you have any new cute volunteers?
Sure, always.
Well, what do you got?
Well, you just have to come and see.
Now, what do you got?
Come to the La Madeleine dinner and you'll meet some.
When is that?
That's a week from Monday, the 19th, at the La Madeleine in Addison.
I don't want to. What do you got at the animal shelter?
We have a blue-eyed black and white Siberian Husky.
No, the volunteers.
A blue-eyed black and white Siberian Husky.
All right.
We have an 8-week-old yellow lab puppy, just one, and I'm sure going to have a lot of people interested in that. It's a beautiful little pup. We have 8-week-old Dachshund blue heeler puppies.
I'm guessing the puppies always go really quick.
They do. We also have a wonderful golden retriever, Great Pyrenees dog named Ronnie Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And she is just a love. She's got a beautiful golden white coat, and she's just the friendliest dog in the world. And we have a bunch of kittens. We finally got some kittens in. It's definitely kitten season for those who've been waiting for kittens.
Good. I got my license for them yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
Kitten
Lots
season.
and lots of adult cats.
I already put up my cat feeder in front of the house. What's the longest you've ever had a dog there? Was that Eckerd?
Huh?
Was it Eckerd?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. We eventually, made him shelter dog.
Right.
But he was with us for 5.5 years. So, but like I said, we eventually just made him shelter dog. But as far as an adoption dog, we had a dog there 3.5 years in the old shelter.
Mm.
So, but, it's the big dogs. Unfortunately, over the weekend, we did 2 large dog adoptions, great dogs, but they both got returned the next day.
How come?
So, once they got it home, they spent about 3 hours with the dog at the shelter. Came back the next day and said, it's really too big. It was about an 85-pound dog, but he didn't grow. He didn't grow overnight. So.
I got it.
But anyway, we want great lasting homes. So his term will come.
The La Madeleine thing is when and where?
It's Monday, May 19th at the La Madeleine in Addison on Beltline at Montfort. And it's just $45 for a wonderful 3-course meal. Mm-hmm. And, of course, proceeds benefit Operation Kindness.
Okay. All this on the website?
Great. Yep.
It is on the website?
It is. It is.
OperationKindness.org.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Russ.
All right. Is it already loaded, Eddie?
Yep.
Okay. What are you doing in here?
You said I could play the game.
Did I tell him he could play?
Not yet. Not that I heard. Not at least on the air.
Did I beckon you?
You said in the office I could play.
Oh. All right. But as soon as this is over.
I know.
What do? You
leave.
No, you go get your jam jams. All right. You ready to go, Eddie?
It's time to play Rock and Roll Jeopardy! And here's your host, Russ Martin!
All right. Eddie's got, not Eddie, Dan's got 4 people lined up on the phone that we'll be playing for. What could they win, John?
They're going to get a Condoms to Go prize backpack with all sorts of cool stuff, $50 value, as well as 12 months bronze level web hosting from VertBiz.com, official web host of Live 105.3, Russ Martin Show, and JD's at Vilper.com.
Is that it?
That's all.
Thank you. All right. Did they run, how did the songs run?
It's mainly just rock, but it's like I'm basing everything on stuff that I've heard, so it should be pretty simple.
Any years?
Mainly the 70s and 80s.
All right. Good enough. All right. Let the first one fly. Russ,
go.
What is Rod Stewart, Maggie May?
Correct.
Russ, go. What is House of New Orleans by the Animals?
Incorrect. JD, go.
What is the Animals' House of the Rising Sun?
Correct.
What'd I say?
House of the Newborn King or something.
The House of New Orleans.
Russ, go.
What is So Far Away by the Dire Straits?
Correct.
Russ, go. What is Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer?
Correct.
Everett.
Trey.
Everett, go.
What is Bryan Adams'
Trey.
Run For Me?
Incorrect. Trey, go.
What is Bryan Adams' Run To You?
Correct.
Russ,
go.
What is the Guess Who? New Mother Nature, No Sugar Tonight.
Correct.
Thank you.
Russ, go.
What is John Cougar, I love her. Shut up, I'm talking.
You're not.
I'm trying. This is what you do. I ain't a lover, won't drive me.
JD, go. What is John Cougar Mellencamp? I need a lover who won't drive me crazy.
Correct.
Could have got it out of you. Russ.
Oh, that was close.
Go ahead, Russ. Agree to me.
I don't want it.
Everett.
What is Def Leppard? Whatever that song is.
Trey, go.
It's Def Leppard's Photograph.
Incorrect.
Around the world. I'm going to get this and screw it.
Russ, go.
What is Rock of Ages?
Correct.
Def Leppard. Thanks, Dan. He typed it on the computer screen in here. Russ,
go.
What are the Eagles' heartache tonight?
Correct. JD, go.
What is Toto African?
Correct. JD, go.
What is Stevie Nicks Leather and Lace?
Half right.
Oh, Russ,
go.
Oh.
Go ahead, Trey.
What is Fleetwood Mac Leather and Lace?
Incorrect.
Russ,
go.
What is Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham Leather and Lace?
Incorrect.
What is it?
Don Henley. Stevie Nicks and Don Henley.
Oh, okay. Russ, go. Was Loverboy working for the weekend?
Correct.
Everett, go. What are the Cars? Let the Good Times Roll?
Correct.
Russ, go. What is Kenny Loggins' I'm All Right?
Correct.
You should know this.
Trey,
go.
I know the guy singing it.
Yeah.
What is it?
The Greg Kihn Band, the breakup song.
Never would have got that.
Russ, go.
What is Huey Lewis in the News hip to be square?
Correct. Russ, go.
What is Eyes Without a Face?
Everett, get. What is Eyes Without a Face? Simple Minds?
Incorrect.
JD,
go.
What is Billy Idol Eyes Without a Face?
Correct. Trey, go.
What is Kenny Loggins' Footloose?
Incorrect.
I know when to go out. I know when to stay in. Get things done.
Russ,
go.
What is David Bowie, something girl? China Girl.
Incorrect. JD, go.
What is David Bowie Modern Girl?
Incorrect.
What was it?
Modern Love.
Oh.
Damn.
Hey, just a game.
Boy. Yeah.
Russ,
go.
What is Bloody Well Right? Pete Townsend.
Incorrect.
What is
Supertramp. Bloody Well Right.
No.
Everett, go.
What is Van Halen?
JD,
go.
What is Van Halen Dance the Night Away?
Correct.
Hold on a second. Did you ever get a hold of David Lee Roth?
No.
Did I tell you to?
Yes.
Did anybody call you back?
No.
Okay. Just curious. I think he has a new album coming out. Plus, he's been on the show before. I want to talk to him about the shotgun guy.
And I called his agent, and I've left 2 different messages, but I'll keep trying.
Okay. Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead, John.
What is Cher, If I Could Turn Back Time?
Correct. Don't stare at me. I saw the video. I can see that tattoo on her ass right now.
Yeah, the battleship.
Sitting on the battleship with that great big barrel between her legs.
Yeah.
Call me a fag. Russ, go. What is Jackson Brown from 1972, Doctor My Eyes?
Correct.
Russ, go. What is ZZ Top LaGrange?
Correct.
And Trey Sombre. Russ,
go.
What is Elvis in the Ghetto?
Correct.
As the snow. Russ, go. What is Foreigner Hot Blooded?
Correct.
Foreigner 4. Russ,
go.
What is Deep Purple, My Woman from Tokyo?
Correct.
Everett, go. What is Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me?
Correct.
Russ, go. What is Styx? Blue Collar Man?
Incorrect.
Everett, go. What is Styx, Too Much Time on My Hands?
Correct.
Everett, go. What is Journey, Wheel in the Sky?
Correct.
Everett, go. What is The Knack, My Sharona?
Correct. This is the last one.
Everett, go. What is What's Your Name, Little Girl by
JD, go. What is Leonard Skinner? And what's your name, little girl? What's your name?
Correct.
Leonard Skinner.
I don't get credit for What's Your Name, Little Girl?
Well, you didn't say the name of the band.
Well, I didn't get a chance to. JD interrupted me.
You were looking and thinking.
I was not.
Get an answer.
Hey. It's just a game. Who won?
Of course.
Thank you.
Trey had -1. Everett got back up to 1. I had 5. You had 7.
I got playing for Aaron. Tell Aaron what he's got.
Aaron's got 12 months bronze level web hosting service from VirchBiz.com, the official host of Live 105.3 and the Russ Martin Show. Also a Condoms to Go prize pack packed with all sorts of cool goodies from Condoms to Go. And we'll throw in the 6-disc collection edition of NYPD Blue.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
All right. We got about 15 minutes to kill. What do we got?
Tickets going on sale for concerts.
Which ones? Did you say Boston was coming?
Boston's coming, yeah.
When?
Tickets went on sale today, August 10th, Smirnoff. They'll be, August 10th, Smirnoff Music Center. They went on sale this morning at 10.
Still the original lineup?
I do not know that.
Tom Schultz? Is it Scholes?
Yeah, he's still there, but they have another guy along with Brad Delp, the lead singer, who hits the high notes, a guy named Frank Cosmo. Who's been on
Who was the lead singer?
The lead singer originally was Brad Delp.
And he's gone?
No, he'll be there along with the new lead singer, who sounds exactly like him. It's a great show. I saw him there several years ago, and I actually saw him back in 78.
Wait a minute. Do they have 2 lead singers?
They do.
Okay. Why do they have 2 guys that sound like one?
Because Brad Delp, the original lead singer, his vocal cords are no longer capable of hitting the high notes.
Oh, I got it. So this guy's just filling in.
Yeah, and they sing harmonies together. It sounds like you're listening to the album.
I love Boston.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be, what'd you say, August 10th?
August 10th.
At what?
Smirnoff.
I can't go there.
Yes, you can. They love you at Smirnoff.
They love me at Smirnoff. They don't like me at the Ice House, the club at the Smirnoff.
I bet you they do. You can get in.
Trey, when you went there last time, what concert did you guys go to?
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. John De La Rosa, the guy that kicked me out of the Ice House because he thought he heard something.
Yes.
Punk. You punk. You stinking punk. Did he say anything to you? Did he treat you like anyone else? Did he despise you?
I thought we had VIP badges.
JD, tell me the story.
He wouldn't let me cut in front.
No, you've had your time.
Thank you.
We had wristbands. Trey went to the front of the line, said, I'm Trey Trenholm with the Russ Martin Show. What do these bands let us do? And he goes, let's get you to the back of the line.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
So he was rude to you?
Yes.
Is that guy just stupid?
I guess.
You think after all the crap that he went through, and they had to have a welcome back Russ Martin to the Ice House party, he would shut his ass and at least be cordial. You know what? That wristband allows you to get in this line. I'm sorry I can't let you cut. But he's got to be an a-hole about the whole thing. I'm thinking about crawling back up his butt again.
Okay. You better do it before July 31st, because 50 Cent, your favorite guy, is coming to
I ain't
town.
going to see 50 Cent. He don't even pay his doctor for taking the bullets out of him.
I know, I saw that. Those going to sell tomorrow morning at 10, along with Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, and Fabulosa. Fabulosa. Ringo Starr and his all-star band coming to Next Stage, August 23rd. Those go on sale tomorrow.
Who's playing with him?
Just says Ringo Starr and his all-star band.
Oh, all right.
Pat Benatar, that's going on sale Monday. She's coming to Billy Bob's, August 9th.
How much are those?
$10.
Wow.
Oh, and $25.75. I'm sorry. 10 is general admission. 25 is reserved.
They reserved at Billy Bob's?
Yes, they do. Up front. By the stage are reserved seats.
Oh.
In the back is...
They leave room for a mosh pit?
No. No mosh pit.
They're in a mosh pit at Billy Bob's?
Busta Rhymes is $35 all the way up to $49.50.
Trey, did you ever hear from Sir Mix-a-Lot?
I've not heard a thing.
Because he was supposed to come in town a couple of weeks ago, canceled his whole Texas tour. I guess it was during spring break, or close to it. Canceled his whole Texas tour. Supposed to come by the station and hang out. He just vanished.
Yep. You know, his management didn't even know he had canceled his tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the day of? Because who was it? Was it Clearview? Wherever he was supposed to play that night, they're the ones that called and said, he ain't coming.
Yeah. And that's when Wendy, his person in L.A., called me and said, I don't know where he is. And I said, well, I got news for you. He just canceled all his, Texas shows. She goes, really? I said, yeah. She goes, well, that's news to me and probably explains why I haven't been able to get hold of him.
And he pissed off because they pushed off his record release or something?
They shelved his record to and he said he didn't, when I talked to him, he said he didn't want to go, release it in August and September because that's when a lot of the heavy hitters come out. And he said, I just get to put mine pushed back to the bottom. So.
Wonder where he went.
Probably didn't want to tour without having an album to support.
He was pretty irritated that they hadn't released his album, and he was out touring for nothing.
Well, don't you make big money touring now?
Well, but it's typically done in conjunction with an album that's recently been released. So if you're out there, working, you're essentially supporting
Well,
that.
I'm not being ugly here, but he hasn't really had much in the past 10, 12 years.
That's true.
I mean, since Baby got back.
I just think it's far more advisable economically to do each in conjunction with the other, the tour along with the album.
If you don't have an album coming out every year, what are you going to do? Wait 10, 12 years before you get out on the road? Don't they make a lot of money for each venue, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just guessing. I don't know clearly, but.
No, I mean, it's like Loverboy. They don't have an album out, and they're all over the place. You look at Mike Reno's website, and they're booked 35, 40 dates out of the year. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Looks like they're touring more than they did back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's my take on it. All right. What was the liberal thing you were asking me about earlier?
Oh, it's a test.
Because we were talking about the guy and the school stuff, and
whether you consider yourself a liberal or conservative, because there are certain issues you seem to go conservative with, and then there's other times you're rather liberal.
I don't think I'm liberal on anything.
Well, it was a test I found on the web. It's about 25 questions. Everybody would have to score for themselves because you get a 0 or a 2 or a 1 for each question.
All right, hang on. Let me get a pen.
And then at the end, I'll tell you on their scale.
All right.
Between, here it is, this is funny, here's their scale. 0 is Jesse Jackson, that would be the most liberal.
Okay.
Then it goes Ted Kennedy, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Colin Powell, George Bush, Jack Kemp, Bob Dole, and then Ronald Reagan is the full conservative.
All right, so we swing from Jesse Jackson to Ronald Reagan.
Correct.
Got it. All right.
Number 1, generally do you tend to trust or distrust government's ability to solve problems? If you trust it, you give yourself 0 points. If you distrust, give yourself 2 points.
All right. Go.
Which do you trust more? 1 for the Pentagon, 0 for the U.S. Postal Service.
Okay.
1 for the executive branch, 2 for the legislative branch, 0 for the legislative branch.
Read it again.
1 for the executive branch, 0 for the legislative branch.
That's which one we trust the most?
Yep. Which do you trust the most of these 2 each time?
Legislative branch was what?
0.
All right, go ahead.
1 for the FBI, 0 for the IRS.
Go.
1 for the CIA, 0 for the Peace Corps.
All right.
1 for the Joint Chiefs, or 0 for the United Nations.
Oh. Go ahead.
Okay. What about private institutions and people? Which do you trust more? 0 for trial lawyers, 1 for doctors.
Okay.
0 for union leaders, 1 for business executives.
Ooh. What was that one again?
0 for union leaders,
all right, got it.
1 for business executives. 0 for professional athletes, 1 for team owners.
Ooh. All right, wait, I got to think on that one.
They're so arbitrary.
What was players?
Yeah, 0 for players.
All right.
1 for owners.
Good.
Federal government should do more to solve the nation's problems, even if it means higher taxes on, give yourself 0 for all these. For you, big corporations.
Wait a minute.
Why are you listing these if we're giving ourselves 0 for all of them?
Because there's only one that gives you none. The word none, it gives you 1.
Did anybody understand what he said?
I have no idea.
The federal government should do more to solve the nation's problems, even if it means higher taxes on you, yes or no?
All right, so it's...
If you say...
Well, how do I say yes or no with a 0?
If you say yes to this, you get 0 points.
What if I say no?
Then you get 1 point.
You didn't say that.
Okay, 0 and 1.
That's not what you said.
Okay.
You said give yourself a 0.
0 if you
Isn't that what he said?
That's what he said.
0 if you check this.
1 if you don't.
Okay. Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
The federal government should do more to solve the nation. We can skip this one if you want to.
How are we going to score at the end?
The federal government should do more to solve the nation's problems, even if it means higher taxes on you.
Okay.
Big corporations.
Wait a minute. Yes is a 0?
Yes. If you would check you get a 0.
Okay, go ahead.
Big corporations.
Okay.
The wealthy.
Ooh. Go ahead.
The middle class.
Yeah.
Small businesses.
All right.
Where should government be cut? Eliminate farm subsidies? Yes or no?
Yes is
1 if you say yes.
Okay.
0 for everything else.
All right. Looks like this guy, you don't know. Look.
Nature would kiss you.
What's yes on that one?
That's 1.
Okay.
Abolish public broadcasting? That's 1.
Yes. I just cut his head through that one. He could have stuck his, if he wanted to, in the back of the handcuff thing, just a whole head.
That's good.
All right.
If you agree to cut the
said I didn't like him. I got arrested one time. Rape. That's like, that's emotional stress. There's still an emotion.
But hurt any of them. Apparently didn't.
It's not. Oh, that's not
in prison. 3 months and 5 years. He did up to plead guilty. He would get, yet he sentenced him. They have not, him.
What did they give him? That's what with. Cops to begin. Are scared of sound.
Yeah.
Somebody around to drive but I mean, you go and let you do some. You do some more down the window. You roll out. Understand? See if maybe look. I mean, take a hit on. I mean, there's one pick like that. Advantage of a chop, and you take your at it. Act. That's just
this road without being forced. Some were released. Stopped by right, so they were stuffed. Arms in handcuffs. Sometimes
that's rape.
Yes,
that is strip. It's making somebody. It's more than just that. That's.
Patients slated located driven to ICE. Women say they were several in prison, 3 months of years, and carrying up to 5 violations. Civil rights violation. He pleaded guilty. These girls did.
Clothes off. Take your clothes. You don't.
No, I've been telling you if it's a cop.
Ethic stop. Naked for a trap. Enough to strip. No stupid
underwear. Only her walk home wearing one of the women to white force Franklin's violation. Her traffic pulled over kid after he stripped naked 4 women to be forced charges that charging yesterday. Guilt or pleaded the police officer. Former.
Okay.
All right, this is going to be a little long one. Here we go. Do you see the ideal America as an ethnic melting pot? This quote, he said to the ambassador, Iraqis and courtesy of comedy, rather, a little bit, this little courtesy, a little bit of you might enjoy this. Bring thoughts, despite at 0.
Thank you.
All that for 0?
Yeah. Whose political views do you consider more extreme? Those of former Surgeon General Jocelyn Elders or Reverend Pat Robertson? Elders give yourself 1. Robertson give yourself 0. More extreme.
Got it.
Which would curb violent crime the most? Stricter controls on gun sales? 0. Mandatory sentences for those who use guns in the commission of crime? Give yourself 1.
Yes, good.
In the long run, do you think we can reduce crime more by building more prisons and providing more financial assistance to prisons? Build prisons, give yourself 1. Yeah, the second one, give yourself 0.
All right, hold on. Good, Wayne.
JD, I got a question for you real quick, man.
Don't confuse me.
Who wiped you, dude?
You do. Come up here. Even if mean cutting programs, spending must be cut to reduce the federal rumbled into the troops as U.S. Baghdad. Good news, must be cut to reduce the federal deficit. Agree, give yourself 1. If you disagree, give yourself 0.
I got that. I understood that one.
Okay.
Just put down 1.
All right.
Federal government.
How many are left? Calls these. Dan, if anybody... All right. Oh, no, we're not. We're done. Can we add up what we got?
This is agree and disagree from now on. This is going to go fast.
All right, go ahead.
Federal government's too big. Agree? Yourself one.
Get stars.
With hockey. It's a good spot. I don't know what. It's a good spot. I got 10. Seat. Yeah.
0. If you disagree, give yourself 1. You got to know something about the world politics to take this, I guess. News media is dominated by liberals. If you agree, give yourself 1. If you disagree, give yourself 0.
Good piece. $90 to realize these were not. Turn these off. I have time to auction. I don't care. I can't take any more of this.
Sorry.
The issue if you have
I'm TBA date and time. It says you got to have a date on it.
And kind of. Operation donated those in exchange. A T-shirt wanted for a listener.
From where these come? TBA date and time. It just says date and say the date. One.
We'll be back.
$90 a train. These are 10. The UC Road, Del 111, section.
Got them. Tickets are. I believe
for tonight.
It's Nurse Foundation. Police and firefighter into the and put the money, auction them off, and said that you could guarantees and off game. Play up. I'm sorry.
It's come from a Stars ticket. What are these down? A second. Hold on.
Down the street and drug his head upon it, that you scaled the sticks, circling flag, national and waving an Iraqi, some cheering the square. In the middle, it was brought down Iraqi president of the statue, the towering statue, the towering power for evaporating of Saddam. Visible sign of most.
Why do I have to hear them? Yeah.
It's probably one of those deals that it's easier to take on paper than just hearing. Sorry. It looks good. I'm sorry.
All right.
Throw something at me next time.
Can you do the plugs in 15 seconds?
I can get. The Men's Club brought us our food today. See me at Texas Harley-Davidson tomorrow. For everything else, it's studio at russmartin.com. And, of course, Everett is at dallasattorney.com. Everything else is The Talk That Rocks. It's live1053.com.
All right. We'll see you guys Monday. Tom Likas is next on KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
See y'all. Bye.